Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to everyone around here. I hope everyone had a great day and whatnot. We are here to get into some foolishness, okay? Some hot topicness and whatnot, because the people was going live. Child Between Male going live again. Kelly Price went live last night. Perry Jackson beefing over her daddy, okay? Kelly ex-husband want to sue people for nothing, okay? Chris Brown said forget y'all complaints, okay? And just things and whatnot. So I said, child, let's come on around and have a good old time and whatnot. When I tell one, y'all, I love my thumbnail. Okay, I love my thumbnail because I was like, for the first time in life, I had no problem getting some good pictures of people, mainly because it's black and silver and whatnot, and that's the easy thing to do. But y'all don't know how great I felt. Okay, to have a good thumbnail right here. I said, Kelly Price, you in the middle. Now, first of all, it's Kelly Price's fault because I couldn't find any other like good picture of Kelly Price that wasn't an old picture when she was bigger, and then some of the new pictures, the outfit was ugly and whatnot. I didn't like it, and so this is a great picture of Kelly, okay, singing. And since Kelly Price cut out black people, why not have a black thumbnail for the foolishness and whatnot? Okay, but y'all know, first things first, if you've not done so already, please make sure that you already liked the video, that you have subscribed and all of that. I think I have I think it's subscriber only chat, if I'm not mistaken. I think I set it up to where you have to be a subscriber to comment. Why? Because we don't want nobody around here commenting who ain't a part of the community. And if to be in the community, you have to be a subscriber. Okay, it's only right. Anyway, but I do have it set up that way. So yes, like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff around here. There's other content and videos we've been doing. Not we, but me, because I'm a one-woman show. Okay, that I've been doing or whatever. I got real good thumbnail shots. My thumbnails been popping. Okay, my thumbnails have been thumbnailing recently. Okay, color scheme and all. Okay. And I did carve out the conversation we had yesterday about mail. We're gonna have another today. Okay, but I did carve out that and made that a separate video because sometimes some folk don't want to watch a whole live, but some of the Love American Huntsville people love to see a standalone video. So even today, when we discuss mail's new live, that will be made into a separate video that will premiere tomorrow. Okay, and then today we had a good thumbnail. Okay, child, that's a good man, Savannah. A good man, a good thumbnail.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
Okay, look when you make your own thumbnails. Hi, when you make your own thumbnail, when you make your own graphics, okay, and you do a good job, you wanna look at your work. Okay, now I have never in my life tried to pull a picture of Paris Jackson, who was Michael Jackson's daughter. Okay, but I said, look at the lady. Is she well? She was white. What? Is she black? I don't know. Anyway, look at the lady around there. Okay, even she matched. Anyway, how y'all doing? How was everyone? Okay, I hope y'all all had a great day. It's already Wednesday. I'm so happy it's almost Friday and stuff. It's a great thing and whatnot. Look, the image search, it did behave. It did. If I looked up Kelly Price, I always have to look. Most thumbnails, I'd be like, who gonna be the hardest person to find something that everyone else will have the same color scheme? And I said, probably Kelly Price. Probably Kelly Price. Okay. And I said, if I can find one good picture of her in one color, that's what it's gonna be. Okay. And I said, I can find everybody else in black too. And here we are. Okay. So I'm happy I like the thunder because I was like, I was worried. I was worried. But yeah, like the video, please. Thank you. I appreciate the moderators, my members, the JayBirds, the strangers, or whoever is around here. If you watch a live or the replay, thank you. Okay. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna say hi to y'all. We're gonna get into because Mel Child this morning. I don't even be on TikTok in the morning time. Okay, in the morning time, I be chilling, getting my brain right, getting the energy up to go to work and be a productive citizen of these United States. Okay, I don't want to be on TikTok, but for some reason, I didn't feel good this morning. Okay, and then I was scrolling TikTok, still laying in my bed. Okay, and I said, "Why is Mel live?" Okay. As I was scrolling the TikTok thing and whatnot. And then I said, oh, she talking more about marketing. I said, oh, not me catching the live myself. Mel was live for like damn near 3 hours. And I said, girl, 3 hours? What is you doing? Okay. I only recorded about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. I cut that down to about 30 minutes because I was like, and I had to record it and listen. I had to edit it down, cut out her promoting her brand, cut out every shit that got child, a labor of love. Okay. Look, YouTube be funny acting sometimes. It be real funny acting. And so sometimes it don't tell y'all I'm on live. Okay. But look, most of the time, I'm trying to be it's September. It was the 3rd of September. The day I always remember, yes, I will. Because that was the day that my dad, I don't know why that is popped in my head, okay? But my point is, it's the month of September, and I want to be consistent. So I'm going to always be live at 9 during the week, okay? 9-ish, okay? And then on the weekends, catch me sometime between 3 and 7. Okay, but the live will always be preset. Okay, but sometimes you say notify me and they be hating on me, child. And I be trying to, I can't fix it. I can't fix it. Okay. But yeah, good time. We'll be having all today because I was like, they round here doing stuff. They round here talking to that child Kelly husband. We're gonna get into that too. I got his full live as well. This is gonna be a full-fledged watch along. We got Mel, we got Kelly Price, we got Kelly's from Housewives of Atlanta ex-husband. I have a quick thing from the Imani girl who talked after she lost the case of Cardi B, and then a couple other things and whatnot. So we have a full show today. Okay, because Kelly was live for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I cut her down to about 20 some minutes, but we're gonna read her ad for filth as well. Okay, and that's what's gonna be. Yeah, luckily I have not had to cut nobody's head off and put it on somebody else's body to get a good picture. Okay, I haven't had to. I think God said, let me give him some good pictures. God said, I'm gonna give my child good pictures so that she's not over there constructing people's bodies and heads and whatnot. Okay, but yes, black, all that stuff. Okay, but again, hi to everyone. Okay, we want to say hello to the people. Not a 3-hour tour. This was a skipper. Or was it Gilligan first? Is it Gilligan? The skipper, a wife, a movie star, a doctor. I don't know, but yeah, look, we're gonna be here. Okay, we have not had a 3-hour tour in a while. We have not, and I was trying to cut down male stuff more, but I didn't feel like re-listening to it. I'm like, child, I'm letting it be what it is. Okay, that's what's. Whoever don't like it can go somewhere else. Okay, but I'm trying my best to not be procrastinating and stuff today. Okay, yes, it was a 40 because when I seen the shortcut version on the blogs, I said, why did they go to her page and see she talked for 45 fucking minutes? Now I had because I sped it up and it got down to maybe 36 minutes, and I cut that down to maybe like 26 or something like that. I don't know, because she kept just being mean. And I can cuss her out enough from what we have, okay? Oh, but the professor, okay, Gilligan, the skipper, a millionaire and his wife. Now, wait. If he a millionaire, so is she. Shouldn't it be they are millionaires together? A movie star, the professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle. I don't try anyway. What, girl, I'm in a good mood. Anyway, I had a long day at work. I came home, ate a popsicle. I laid down in my closet room in the dark. And I said, girl, get ready for your live. Okay. Luckily, the thumbnail was already done. Okay. Because if I had not done a thumbnail earlier today, y'all probably would not have got live, because I was like, I don't want to do it, Jesus. I'm so tired, God. I'm gonna look, Jesus.
I'll do the best I can with what I got. I'll do the best I can with what I got.
And luckily, the best I had was a great ass thumbnail. Okay, anyway, let's get to the getting to. Okay, get a snack. Get your snacks together. Okay, get your snacks together, because yes, because I don't do longer lives anymore. I like it when we have a little longer live here and there. Okay, now let me share my IG page. Okay, because it's a few IG stories, and then we're gonna do the lives of watching the people and have a whole little watch along. Now I think I don't know. I think. Okay, I will cut up each live watch along and make it something separate for tomorrow. Because I get sometimes folk don't want to shift through a 3-hour thing to find the stuff. Okay, so when y'all see me repost something from the live, it's for people who is not watching my full live and they want to see something else. Okay, just saying. So let's get to the people. Let's get to the bullshit. Everybody tripping except me. Okay, so where I want to start at, Puffy. Okay, first of all, Did y'all forget Puffy was in jail? I forgot. Okay, I forgot Puffy was in the prison. Puffy been locked up so long, I forgot he was around there. Okay, child, is he okay in there? Because he don't be saying nothing no more. Anyway, he be real quiet. So, but they saying Puffy on some BLS. Puffy saying he believes the prosecutors used the wrong definition of prostitution in his case. Okay, let me read what they say. Okay, Diddy and his legal team are still working overtime to get a better legal situation so he can get out and be a devil amongst the angels. Okay, because that's what he's doing. Okay, per TMZ, Diddy is clapping back at federal prosecutors after his conviction wasn't thrown out. You want to know why it wasn't thrown out? Because you did it. Okay, it wasn't thrown out because you did it. He was found guilty of 2 counts of transporting people for the purpose of prostitution, okay, under the Mann Act. New legal documents show that Diddy's legal team was attempting to have Judge I think Judge Submarinian, I don't know, child Judge Subramanian change the conviction to an acquittal or give him a trial. And the documents they claim that the prosecutors were using a modern definition of prostitution and that they'd never proved he paid male escorts to have sex with his lady lovers. Diddy said the men were paid for their time, not sex, and that he's nothing more than a voyeur, meaning he watches sex. Okay? He watches stuff, he don't do it. If you watch Cassie have sex with the male hookers, don't that mean you paid the male hookers to hook? Honest, if you pay, because a voyeur, I think it's called voyeur. If you are a voyeur, and if I'm mispronouncing it, whatever. If you are someone who likes to watch other people have sex in person in real time, fine. But that still means you paid the men to bang the lady, which is a form of prostitution. You paid the penis to bang a vagina, even if it wasn't your body being banged. Okay. And then if after the bangation of said male hooker and the lady loves, you then had the ladies come bring the male sperm on your nipples. I've watched many sexual movies. Okay, I've seen a lot in my life, okay? In person and on film. I've never seen someone say, hey, finish on that person for me and then bring it over here. I've never seen that. Never. So either way it go, you interacted with the sexual stuff. So you trying to make it seem as if I didn't pay the men for sex. I didn't pay the men for that. You understand? I paid for their time. But the time was spent fucking. The time was spent making needlepoint quilts. The time was spent mowing lawns. The time was spent washing clothes. The time was spent fucking asses and vaginas. And then giving you male liquids. So, have you look, I've never seen someone say, look, I've seen stuff, but I've never seen someone say, yeah, I want you to finish over there. And then once you finish over there, I need you to come over here. Okay, you come over here, bring what they left on you and rub it on me. I've never seen that. Now I've seen people be, just having fun and everybody is rubbing on whatever and it gets over whatever. Okay. But I've never seen someone want somebody to, finish over there. You know what I'm saying? Finish over there and then bring what you left over there over here. That's different. Okay. But he's a different person. just in general. Okay, so whatever. He also said the definition of prostitution, they want the judge to use the 1910 definition, which describes a prostitute as a woman who had sex outside marriage, not sex for hire. You know how guilty you have to be to want to say, hey, don't use the common rules, use the rules from 1910. What are we slaves in 1910? Why would anyone say, you know what, bring the rule back from 1910? Nigga, what? For why? For
Nigga.
1910? 1910. For why? For what? For why would you want that? Who wants that? That's how guilty you are. I can see if he said, you know, back in 1979, like I would not ask anyone to make something be the rule when I wasn't even born. I wasn't born in 1910. And if I was, I would have been a slave. It would not have been fun for me. I probably would have been forced to have the sex and stuff. Yeah, that's that literally. But people were still looked at in that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird that he wouldn't allow his mama wouldn't allow it in. Why you want that to happen? Diddy's stupid. But he in prison, so let him be in there. We'll one. We have to see when, you know, what his sentence will be. He might get out. But I feel like if Diddy gets out of jail, he's going to fully do some shit and go back to jail. Okay. I fully believe if Diddy gets out of prison, if he gets sentenced to time served, if he gets sentenced to 2 years with 1 year served and 1 year whatever, I see a part of me feel like if he gets out, if he does not get sent to jail, directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200, he's gonna do something that gets him in more trouble. And then it won't be something based on some old shit. It'll be something based on some current shit that he did and he can't get out of it. Okay, so did he get out of our face? Y'all know Heavenly was running for some office. I seen this right before I got on my life. I saved it and came around here. You know, she was running for office. I don't know which office. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Okay. But she's also a Bravo housewife on, you know, Made in Medicine. And she was talking to Jamal Bryant. And she was telling us Bravo was trying to block her from running for office.
And on Bravo, you ain't allowed to run for office.
Really?
We're not allowed to run for office, but hell, I didn't know it. And ignorance is bliss. Because baby, I had all this switching thing. And you know, if I feel like I'm changing, I'm doing something unprecedented.
Yeah.
Because initially it took them 8 weeks to get my contract together because they said you can't do it. You can't tell me what I can't do.
That's right.
Then they did it again, the same thing, right? It took them 8 weeks. We only filmed 12 weeks.
So if they film, thank you, Congresswoman. Thanks, but I couldn't remember what it was for. But I know she was running. I think it makes sense. I think Bravo may not. I think when you are running for office, I think certain things can't be recorded. Sometimes cameras aren't allowed in all of the places and whatnot. So Bravo probably does not want their talent doing something they can't film, because if you're running for the presidency, Bravo cameras may not be allowed at the White House. You know what I'm saying? So I think the reason they probably say they don't want their talent running for office is because they can't film it. They can't follow it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it kind of makes sense if that's the reason.
It took them 8 weeks. They had to get outside counsel to see if they could cover it, how they could cover it,
right.
And things like that. And they came back and and they got the parameters where they can show it. I didn't know.
So they filmed for 12 weeks, but she was working on her contract for 8 weeks. Does that mean that she only filmed for 1 month? Does that mean, or does that mean anything she was doing for the political part of her life, that part wasn't filmed? I do think this season will probably be interesting if we, find out that one, we won't see her because I think she was doing, and she might have been doing things thinking I can film it for the show. Child, when they had the Housewives of DC and them people went around there and did they go to the White? Didn't they like bum rush the White House? Not bum rush, but they maybe it was an ambush. Child, they snuck in and whatnot, and they said not no more. But yeah, child, who knows? But I wonder what we'll see from Heavenly this season. I am going to review the show this season because I'm like, Jaylee, get back into reviewing. You can't keep not reviewing shit. Yeah, Choir was the manager, which also felt like it's for the show, okay? But she said we got a contract together and whatnot, so we shall see. I have a few. I don't really watch Love and Hip Hop. I don't. Saucy Santana did an interview with Carlos King. Sassy meets Sassy. And he was discussing why he joined Love and Hip Hop. He said it helped Zell swag. Okay.
Zell ended up coming to Atlanta for Christmas. We kept dating. That was in December 2022. Zell packed up everything and moved to Atlanta January 2023.
And moved in with you?
Kinda.
Okay.
He was back and forth between me and Malaysia.
Okay.
And so, of course, him moving here, him being with Love and Hip Hop, for so long, he's like, okay, that's easy. I could tell him, hey, I'm living in Atlanta now. You know what I'm saying? This is what I got going on. I'm like, yeah, they'll probably pick you up, no problem. You've been doing it, you know what I'm saying, the people for so long. And so once he got here, they did their little call. He like, I'm dancing. And they like, oh, will Saucy come on? I'm like, no.
Is Saucy, does he have a French roll? Why is he? I had a French roll in my hair for my freshman homecoming, or either my freshman year back in 96 or my sophomore year back in 97. But Santana up here with a full French roll and a swoosh is sending me.
I'm gonna do Love and Hip Hop. That's for him. That's his field. That's his thing. That's his niche. He been on it for so long. And so I remember we was laying in the bed and they had sent him that email because I had told, they reached out and I was considering it. And then I got an agency. I went WME. Mm-hmm. And so I just told him, I was like, I don't really want to do that. Like I don't. And so I just told, my team, I was like, child, now tell them what I want to do. And so they emailed him and was like, oh, well, since Saucy declined the show, we're going to decline you. Hopefully, we'll find, if anything come up. And so that was like, a bump in our, because we had just started dating. So I'm like, okay, now, he done moved all the way to Atlanta. You don't got no job. Ain't no nigga gonna stay up in here with no job. So,
But didn't he move there with no job? He moved to Atlanta with no job. I feel like when you allow someone to move in and they don't have a job, you can't be complaining. You knew it from the beginning.
It was rough, dating. He was still finding, ways to, get him a little coin and stuff. because I like to be wined and dined. But you know, that was hard.
Okay.
And so we broke up for a little bit, and then in August, the situation happened where him and Erica and Bambi, everybody had went to jail, and I hit it right up out of.
Oh, baby, you are a meme, and you grabbed your bag.
You was there too, though,
and you hit it
because I was so invested on elevating it. Like I wanted him to change his name from Zell Swag. Like I just wanted him to just have a whole different rebrand. I wanted him to go by Lil Zell.
You're such a Libra. you wanna help your man, baby, and elevate the situation.
Yes, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was doing big things, you know what I'm saying, at that time. So I was like, but I want my man to be raw like me. You know, I was really trying to elevate him out of a lot of stuff. And so I was just like, for us to just be in blue, like, and that's what I already had reserves. Like, you know, sometimes you be watch, you know,
let me shut up.
I'm one of the realest bitches that's on TV. When I'm on TV, it ain't no motherfucking cap. I don't play storylines. You know, can't nobody make me say nothing that I don't want to say. I'm not reading the little things.
The big words.
I'm not reading. I don't do none of that. I'm not doing none of that.
Get your feet off them people thing. Get your feet, Carlos, get your feet off them people thing. It might be a footstool, but your feet don't go on it.
I'm not going with no fake storylines. They already know if the storyline fake, don't tell Santana because she ain't gonna go along with it. She gonna get on camera and blow everything up. So just keep her out of it. And so, you know, I just was like, I just wanted to elevate him. And you know, when that happened, of course, now they called for him to, oh, we want you to come do a scene. I was like, no, y'all not about to use him and pay him a guest appearance fee to do a scene or two so they could talk about, you know, Erica and Bambi going to jail, and then y'all gonna dispose him. Like, don't do that to him. Don't come and use him for the tea, and then be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Once that storyline over with, bye. So I was like, no. I was like, if he's gonna go on there and talk about it, I'm gonna go on there with him. And y'all gonna make us cast members. Because, you know, by that time too, from January, that happened in like probably August. From January to then, you know what I'm saying, I had broke up with him. We had already went through a lot because, you know what I'm saying, it was hard for him to find work.
I should have pre-listened to this because I don't care now, but we in it now.
We get a crib at first, like, you know, it was a lot. So I'm like, that's his home. Love and hip hop. Zell love hip hop. That's his home. That's his bread and butter. Y'all ain't gonna do that to him. If he gonna come on the show, we better come on. I'ma just bite the bullet, you know what I'm saying? Because at that time we had started back dating. And I was like, you know what, Santana, just bite the bullet. Go on there, you know what I'm saying? Help your nigga. You want to ask him for some money anyways. You want to ask him to buy you a purse. Or you want to ask him to pay, go something on these bills. You want to ask him for something. So, you know what I'm saying? Why not help put bread in his pocket? So I was like, okay, I'm going to go on there.
Zell is probably going to cuss him out and come out later and say, you ain't do shit for me. I feel like when people say, I did it because so-and-so needed some money, that's a dig. You know what I'm saying? That's a dig. If y'all was cool enough for you to be around there and be bumping coochies and bumping whatevers with each other, like you did it because you wanted to. Because if they call him to be on the show, they call him to be on the show. But to make it seem as if you were too good for Love and Hip Hop, but he can be on it and you can come on and help him. It's like, girl, wait, child. Anyway, let me move. Because he was also talking about, did I save it? He was also talking about how Diddy treated Young Miami.
So what was the problem with that? And he was treating her different. She was experiencing things that some people might not ever experience in life.
Because I ain't never been pissed on. Never. I ain't never, girl, look. Every time somebody tried to make this romanticized version of Diddy because he did so much, we have seen all the amazing trips and bags and gifts that he's given Cassie and Young Miami and Daphne Joy and Kim Porter and all the other women he dated. However, what come with that?
What was wrong with me being happy?
And you've been around them. So the thing is this. How did you see Puff treat Carisha when you were around him?
We used to laugh because we young. So good morning, Queen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was princess treatment.
Remember on all the red carpets that we would see Diddy with Cassie or Diddy with Kim Porter, and how amazing he treated them people in front of people. We always see how great people treat people in front of other people. So, and I feel like it's a disservice to victims when you try to say, well, with Carisha, she was a queen. It was. How do you know? We thought Kathy had it. Child.
It was princess treatment, honestly. And so when it came to her speaking, people was mad because she could only if I be around you and you only eat apples, I can't speak on Carlos eating oranges because I don't see Carlos eating oranges. Every time I'm with Carlos eating apples. So when it was time for her to speak, so what was the problem with it? Mad because she could only speak on apples because she can't relate to oranges.
Were you and her dealing with the emotional aspect of the world really attacking her more so? And that's your best friend. And when I look at the two of you, I see one. Because I feel like you two are just like, I feel like y'all like sisters, in my opinion. Were there moments of like tears and like maybe some depression, just like, because the attacks, Santana was
heavy. And she's just a girl. So it's like,
I have seen Carisha cuss hoes out for nothing. So she ain't this soft Jimmy or, oh my God, she is so fragile. No, ma'am. And look, no one is saying that Carisha had to come out and say that he beat her ass too. However, if all you eat is apples and not oranges, then say, hey, I don't want to discuss your fruit. I don't want to have any fruit discussions. There's a way for someone, I think when the whole Diddy thing happened, there was a way that you can say, I feel for anything that anyone else went through with him that I did not experience or I did not witness. So I don't want to be in the conversation because I wasn't there when he dated so-and-so. However, when Carisha told that girl, the Gina girl, I can make Diddy make you eat my coochie. What that meant was you knew how he got down. Carisha knew how Diddy got down. Period. Because that's why she talked to the other girl like that. Because she knew Diddy was a forceful person and he made folk do what he want them to do. He may not have beat her ass. However, she was fully aware how he forced people to do other things. So when you know how he rolled, you can't come out and then play as if, oh, y'all are just being so mean to me because I didn't have it. No one is wanting you to be an abuse victim too. However, when you try to pump up the abuser because he did not abuse you in that same way, you are basically downplaying the victims. Again, as Santana said, if she only ate oranges and they had apples and she can't speak on apples, don't ask me nothing. My only reply would be, I was not there when any of that stuff happened. I can't speak on what they went through, but I feel for any victim of domestic violence. And that's it. When you try to prop him up as, oh, he was great to me. We had a great time. It was fun. You're stupid.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the boy, so I got to be there. I felt like a lot of times I had to stand up and be, you know what I'm saying, like a male figure for her. And then they threw me in it. A lot of people say that wasn't a relationship I go in. I'm like, you know how weird that is for me to have to look on YouTube and somebody's mad because I'm dating my best friend, boyfriend. Like, y'all are, what? Y'all are.
I mean, Diddy was buying man butt all through the seasons and all through the years. Okay, Diddy was out here paying for men to have. We didn't know what was going on, but that's also why I sometimes stay out of it. That's why I think that's why a lot of celebrities did not say nothing. They did not want to get added into the foolishness that it was. But Carisha and Santana felt like, oh well, we had a great. It was fun. It wasn't fun for other people. Again, I remember Carisha on social media telling that the Gina girl, I'll have him make you eat my coochie. I don't know no one that says that unless you know how your man get down and you know how he forces people to do things. How y'all have these good old freak offs. So is it hard that Carisha got thrown up under the bus based on Diddy's bullshit? I mean, yes. However, she could have put a Mary J. Blige and it's not said nothing. Many folk didn't say shit. And when asked, my only response would have been, I feel for any victim of DV. Even if their experience wasn't mine, my story don't matter. Theirs do. Period. And that's on P. Anyway, let's move on because we have lives to watch. But a few things first. I want to get some foolish shit, okay? Lady right here. Okay, an England woman was arrested because she kidnapped a crying baby at a Miami airport. Okay, they refused to get the baby back after convincing the mama she could stop him from crying. Why would you steal a baby from an airport? That's a whole crime. Okay, an England woman was arrested at a Miami international airport after reportedly snatching a 4-year-old boy from his mom at a checkpoint and refusing to give him back, according to Fox to our news people here at Fox 2 Detroit. A 23-year-old Elvina Omishri Agba has been charged with 1 count of interfering with custody and 2 counts of battery following the incident. She approached the mom and offered to assist her with a crying child, picked the child up, walked out the line away from the mama, began claiming, said, hey, it's my kid. She's probably crazy. A little bit, okay? The mama said, I give him right back, and no. Okay? Crazy woman wrapped her leg around the boy and prevented the baby from moving. First of all, I'm not giving my baby to a stranger. Can't no stranger walk up to me anywhere and say, hey, I'll help you with the crunch. What? First of all, you can't help my crying 4-year-old. You can't. You can't. You don't know my child. Now, first of all, that's the first red flag. Okay? Why are you giving a stranger your baby? She pushed the mama when the mama wanted the baby back, okay? A good Samaritan stepped in and held the mama, grabbed, and the child walking behind the counter away from the crazy person, okay? Give my child back. Girl, she's crazy. But now she's arrested, okay? They said she did flee but got caught because it's the airport, you know? So, first of all, the key thing in the story is please don't give nobody your baby. Strangers cannot help you with a crying baby. And a 4-year-old is barely a baby. That's a toddler. Okay. You can hold. I'm not allowing a stranger to soothe my child. I don't trust people. I don't trust people. I have to know you to feel comfortable enough to hand you my child. Not if we're in an open whatever. Because how do I know that you're not a crazy person and you want to take the baby? What if you want to hurt my child? I can't. Now we on the airplane and you sitting next to me on the plane, we in the air, and you say, I'll help. Okay, maybe. Because you're sitting right next to me. But I'm not going to be in a fully fledged open ass airport and give a stranger my baby to fix. Not to fix, but to soothe. No. No. Because people is crazy. People is crazy. Okay, people is crazy. Somebody was around there robbing the Dollar General, and the folks got pissed because they locked the robbers in with the customers. Can we get out? Who locked it? What up, man? Good. I stand by you. I stand by you. There's somebody I know.
It ain't gonna be nice. That's all I.
Now, first of all, if somebody robbed in the Dollar General and they lock the gates, I'm going to hide in the back somewhere, because if the crazy robbers start to shooting or stabbing or swinging, I don't want to be in the get me away. Where's the back door? I don't want to be up front.
I'm trying to tell you. I promise you.
Where they go? It was down on the last aisle.
It's gonna be nice. That's all I'm gonna say.
Locking us in here. It was a 31-year-old and 25-year-old man who robbed the store, who was locked in the store, and they was holding everyone in the store until the police arrived. If you lock me in the store, everything in my car is free. Okay? If you lock me in the store, whatever I put in my basket is free, because I am being held hostage. I have PTSD. I'm claustrophobic. Okay, I'm putting all the tissue, all the paper towel up in my thing. Okay, I'm getting all the Maxi pads, the Good Dove deodorant. Okay, the good toothbrushes. I'm getting all the shit in my basket, because what are you doing? This is dangerous. Because what if they start shooting and I get shot? What if they had or not? What if they start? What if they start this bot? They can start flipping us off, body slamming us, beat us up to get out. Let me out, bitch. Here come the police right now.
You don't have
Amen. My whole cart is free. Okay, my whole cart is free. I'm suing y'all for wrongful imprisonment. Okay, I am child. Look, I'm suing. I'm not going to use the lady, the lawyer that the girl used in the Cardi trial, but I'm suing. Okay, don't do that. Don't lock people in. Okay, dumbass couple alert. Okay, a father and his female friend have been charged with abuse because why? They were hot boxing in the car. You know what hot boxing is? You know what I know hot boxing, meaning you're in a car, windows are rolled up, and you're smoking weed. Okay, it's all kind of weed in the car, but you keep the windows up to keep all of the smoke in the car. However, the dude's 2-year-old son is in the back seat. 36-year-old Philip Frazier, 27-year-old Casey Renee Buckman, both from New York, were visiting Miami when they made some stupid decisions. The police said they was caught hotboxing the car, drinking tequila, okay, outside a hotel on a Sunday night. But however, the man, 2-year-old kid, is in the back seat. So you is getting high with your son in the back seat, bitch. I'm a full-fledged adult. I can't hotbox. And you out here, okay, with Becky White, getting a 2-year-old bitch, a 2-year-old. Okay. It said the most shocking thing that the officers got the car filled with smoke. They found the 2-year-old kid in the back seats. The daddy ran. Okay. The daddy ran. Left the white girl there with the high child. He then came back. You want to know why? Because he realized it's my baby. It's my child, okay? They also found a large bag of weed under the seat, a gun was in the car, and the glove box. So you're in a car with guns, Would we, the baby high, the white girl probably is the pusher? I don't know. They both were with child abuse charges, but Frazier got additional charge of felony in the possession of a firearm. He's been held on only $8,000. He had an $8,000. You hot box with a 2-year-old, and it's an $8,000 bond. Hers was $1,000, but they both look like they ain't got the money. Okay, they look like they don't have the money. Lock their ass up. I feel like when you like hot boxing in the car is insane because you can't escape the smoke. You can't escape. That baby high as hell. I don't like that man. Okay, weird. This lady is stupid. A DC woman was accused of blowing her 94-year-old granddaddy's $266,000 on her tickets, surgery, and a designer outfit. And the granddaddy got kicked out of the nursing home. A 45-year-old woman named Erica Holt Hopper works as a finance program analyst at the House of Representatives. Got caught scamming from her granddaddy. Her grandfather's 94 years old. He's a Navy vet. He has Alzheimer's. And she was like, hey, I need more money. Okay. So she was stealing the man pension, his Social Security. Okay. Child, $266,000. She bought a 2022 Kia, designer clothes, a Vegas and New Orleans trip. She had some kind of cosmetic surgery, and then she got front row tickets to the Usher concert. She also used her granddaddy's information to finesse her way into a luxury DC apartment. Meanwhile, the granddaddy, who was bounced around from different nursing homes, had a $52,000 unpaid balance because she spent the money on herself. She had power of attorney. Okay. Is that she had power of attorney, but used it like it was a Sephora rewards card. I hope they beat her ass in prison. I do. I hope they beat her ass in prison. And no tea, no shade. You had $266,000 and did not go to see the damn dermatologist? Like, what surgery did you have? She probably got a titty job. Either ass, titties, or lipo. Girl, I hope Usher housed the granddaddy. But again, people are dumb. Lastly, the YSL lawyer, Caleb Bumpus, and a YSL defendant are having a baby. I don't think lawyers in RICO trials are supposed to get pregnant by the defendant. She's a criminal defense attorney. She was heavily involved in the YSL trials. Okay. Shannon Stillwell was one of the defendants in said trial. They're now having a baby. I mean, look, I know that the dating pool has pee in it, but bitch, why would you do that? Girl, for what? That ain't a good man, Savannah. That ain't a good man, Savannah. No, ma'am. Fucking it, girl, what is wrong with you? He can't do nothing for you. He's in prison. He needs help. He needs a lawyer. Now, why would you do that? Girl, I never understand. Girl, anyway. Let's get to the thumbnail, people. Okay, first things first, y'all take 30 little seconds and do what? Like the video. And we're back. Where do I want to stores? First of all, y'all, Cash Doll said, "Bitch, my man, my man, my man." I want some fun. Cash Doll and her man is together, child. She was at a show in that man Jersey because that's my man. Okay, that's my man. You can't tell me shit. Leave me alone. She was Cash Doll. Look, even though she's from here, I don't know that lady. I can't name not one Cash Doll song. I think it's because I'm older. I wasn't paying attention, but I like the fact that she like, I'm gonna rap my man. We together. I'm wearing his jersey and these boots and whatever. I think the boots are ugly, but again, those boots are ugly. In my opinion, I don't understand a two boot. Okay, a two boot Timberland boot is weird to me. Okay, however, my man. Okay, my man. But kudos to her. I'm happy they worked it out or whatever. I hate them boots. The outfit was cute. I just hate them boots. Adorable daughter, beautiful face. I hate them boots. Okay, them boots look like crossing guard boots. Okay, the boot you should have put on some blue boots with a blue purse to match the blue jersey. Now, so Darius also is still not on the Pistons, not the Pistons. He got waived from the Lions again. He's not playing here. I hate them boots. I'm gonna keep saying it. I love the jersey. I love the little shorts. I hate them boots. Okay, they crossing guard boots. Okay, they cautious boots. Okay, why is she on the high low? Is she working there? I don't know. Anyway. Congrats to Bozeman, who was on Housewives of Beverly Hills. She engaged to that man she was dating. Okay, she rich. I think he got some money too. Congratulations. That's it. That's all. It's a cute little ring. They engaged. Be happy, be merry. Unfortunately, child Tracy Ellis Ross got robbed. Why y'all be stealing from people? Stop stealing from people. It's not nice. It's not the thing to do. Okay? You should not be stealing nobody's shit. Tracy Ross is the latest victim in a growing string of celebrity home burglaries. So just after midnight on Tuesday, police were called after burglars reportedly broke into her house in LA. They shattered a rear glass door. I also need people stop having glass doors. Okay, the point of a door is to stop somebody from getting in. Okay, if the glass shatters, they can get through it. Okay, I'm gonna need people to have doors that they can always bust a window. Okay, I'm just saying, don't have glass doors. Okay, because people be stealing. Again, they shattered a rear glass door. Per the LAPD, the actress was thankfully not home. You know, she be working and stuff, whatnot. Okay, they left with over $100,000 worth of jewelry and handbags. Okay, now they have security cameras. They ain't caught the folk yet. Okay, but a whole bunch of people been breaking into shit. You can't have nothing these days. You can't have nothing these days, and that's a sad thing. Yeah, but again, it was only things. You know what I'm saying. She wasn't hurt. She wasn't home. But I need everybody to know we can't we have to have windows, but don't have glass doors. Or if you do, it should be bulletproof or shatterproof glass. So people it's not easily in and out or whatever. But yeah. But thank God she got money and she can replace whatever was lost and whatnot. But again, I hope whoever robbed her get their ass beat. Okay, Chris Brown was around here. Now, the Chris Brown concert that happened in Atlanta, child, so many people were upset. Why? Because the ticket she was messed up, the seats and stuff was messed up. It was all out of whack. Okay, and Chris Brown saw all of the complaints about the Breezy tour in Atlanta, and Chris said Team Breezy, I see our reviews about the difficulty at some venues with the parking, seating, etc. Okay, hope y'all understand this is my first stadium tour, so I don't know if the people in charge of that, if the people in charge of that in the cities realize the capacity I will bring out. I'm like, well, first of all, you would think they would know because the stadium holds a certain amount of people. So if a stadium holds 100,000 people, they should be able to handle 100,000 people. They should be able to handle whatever crowd the stadium holds. He says some cities ran smooth. This is the first time I've ever been in these venues. Appreciate y'all concerns. Unfortunately, I am not in charge of that. Other than that, my shit is fire. Chris, you have to pay attention to everything. It may not be your job to get folks in and out, but you should be sure that somebody knows how shit's supposed to run. I get you the talent. I fully get that. However, if your tour be on some bullshit, folk gonna blame you. Okay? They're not gonna blame the venue. Even if it's the venue's fault, you can't blame them. Because if your concert have 50,000 people who can't get in, that is your fault. Because I would ask, hey, is the seat set up right? Is everything on point? And if it ain't your job to know that, you should have someone on point that does that. Just saying. He said, and whenever they cancel meet and greets, it's used due to something security-wise or me actually needing to rest. I don't wear myself out. Hope y'all understand. How much them backstage meet and greets cost? If I spent $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a meet and greet, sit down, put your feet up, and let me sit next to you. Okay. You can't make it seem as if it ain't my fault. Did I do that? Yes, you did that. It was your fault. It's your tour. And I get sometimes, they may have a cancel something because of something. I get that, but it should not be a regular thing. Oh, we gotta get them out here. Have them sit down and chill out. Just saying. But Chris said I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault, but it is. Chris, fix it. Okay. We're gonna send some prayers up for Montell Jordan. Okay, the singer. Is he a rapper too? I think he rapped one time. Okay. His cancer has came back. He had prostate cancer. He was on the news on the Today Show today. The prostate cancer has returned. He said, I always imagined I would be telling my prostate cancer story from the other side of prostate cancer because he had a radical prostatectomy surgery. His prostate was removed. So he thought it'd be great. However, it came back. Okay. He had that surgery about a year ago. And so he has to have some additional treatments. We're gonna wish Montell Jordan, girl, won't you tell me what's on tonight? I used to love him. I used to love Montell Jordan. So again, send some prayers up for Montell. Okay, prayers, healing, health, wealth, all that goodness, all the good vibes and whatnot. Because I do think when people have cancer and they then have that removed, the actual organ removed, and it comes back, it's crushing. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to wish that man all of the healing we can from around here. We love it. Girl, won't you tell me what? I don't know what song stuck in my head. Anyway, your prayers to him. Okay? Oh, yeah. Glorilla got a boyfriend, y'all. Where he at? Okay? Glorilla around here. Okay, my man. All the rap girlies are getting them some athletes. You hear me? Meg got the basketball player. Okay. Cardi got the football player. Okay. And now we see that Glorilla has a basketball player too. Now I don't know this man. His name was Ingram. What's his name? Child, I don't know what his name is. It's some Ingram. I forgot it. But he also posted her too on his page. I think his name is it Charles Ingram. It's somebody Ingram. Y'all put in the comment section. But he played for the people. First of all, he posted this yesterday. He said a lot of shit didn't change in a little purple heart and whatnot. He got a house and stairs. Okay, he hold his pen up with his hands. Okay, he smokes cigars. Okay, he stand by trucks, and he's really tall. Okay, he be on the phone with a beard. Okay, he has tattoos in the nipple. Okay, he be on a plane. Okay, he be on the water. Okay, he be on a boat. Okay, he be by the water again. Okay, and he had a girlfriend. Okay, it's cute. They were rumored to be dating or whatever and whatnot. Not Pat Poo's got a boxer. Lord Jesus. But again, kudos to the girl he's giving me, my man. Okay, and so Grace said, "Girl, that's my man." Okay, we what do you play for? Let me see. Oh, is it the Pelicans? Is it the Pelicans? I don't know who he play for, but is it Indiana? The man don't post much, okay? But it's Ingram something. I don't know that man's name, but again, that's her man. Congrats to her, okay? We love it today and all days. But yeah, he around there, girl, and they be hugged up. He had nice braids. Anyway, I'd be so random. I don't know what his name is. Like Jelly, please. I don't know that man's name. Quick thing. Young Thug is still around here snitching and stuff. More Young Thug videos and audios is coming out. It
gotta be. What's up with the boy Dirt? You spoke to the boy Dirt?
Yeah.
You need to make that nigga. You need to make that nigga. I don't know. I did a lot of player shit for the boy too though. When the boy career went where it supposed to be, man, Pluto. I was really like locked in with him, like just really fucking with him. But I don't know, he acting a little different. I don't like that, man.
What you mean?
Like
what he?
I done sent him a few songs. He just like shit. I know for sure going right up. He just goddamn taking his time, nigga go to
man,
4-5 days, 10 days later, just like that little type shit. Like, man, you got going on, man.
Yeah.
Not you in prison, upset that somebody hasn't responded back to you in enough time. I feel like Young Thug probably never thought that he'd be around. Now him and Young Dirt was cool and whatnot. Okay. I don't know why Thug was in jail thinking no one would say or the cause would not be. If you were in prison, they waiting to snitch a little bit. Hey, just a little bit. Okay. So Thug, what is you doing, bro? Okay. Now Thug did speak out a little bit after the stuff was leaking and whatnot. Thug said, "Bash and me only gonna fuck the rap community up more. I'm the blue to this fake ass game, sir. The rap community is upset with you for your phone calls. Okay, I'm just saying. You had all that shit about Gunna, and you the one was in prison. Like all the calls and conversations the police can use. Okay." Be silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And to me, any credibility that Thug had before the calls, were being leaked, and I don't want to say leaked, because y'all do know that anyone can make a request to get jail phone calls, because the jail phone calls are not privileged or private. So anyone can get your prison phone call and then post it if they want to. Which is why you should never say something on the jail call that you don't feel like the world should not know. Okay? Because somebody may leak it and may post it. Okay? But sir, folk going at you is not gonna fuck up the game at all. Okay, we like, why you talking so damn much? Why he won't be quiet? Jesus, fix it. Anyway, what Paris Jackson at? Paris. Wait, let me see. What else I gotta do? I gotta remember. Let's see. I did Chris Brown. I've been talking. It's been an hour already. Y'all ready to go? Child, we gonna. I'm gonna do that. Let's get to Paris. So, there's a new Michael Jackson movie coming out. I think it comes out, I want to say next year. And Coleman Domingo, at some point or the other, was commenting about the biopic, okay? And, it's quoting here on people. Now, first of all, people saying this, we don't know if Coleman really said this, okay? But people posted a story saying Coleman Domingo credits Paris Jackson for helpful guidance and portraying her grandfather Joe Jackson in a new film. And they saying Coleman said they're very much in support of our film of Paris and the Brother Prince. He allegedly said that at the Paris, at the Amphar benefit gala in Venice. Now, I need to see the audio of him saying that, because we love Coleman Domingo. So when that got posted, Paris then was on here with her child, her Rossi, her aluminum foil on her head, and it said, "King of Coleman Domingo. Coleman, don't be telling people I was helpful on the set of a movie I had 0% involvement in. Laugh not loud. That is so weird." Now, first of all, he never said you was helpful on set. Okay, that he didn't say you was helpful on set. That ain't what it was, as far as I know. Okay, this even little helpful guidance is what they say that man said. Okay. She said, "I read one of the first drafts of a script and gave my notes about what was dishonest. Didn't sit right with me. And when they didn't address it, I moved on with my life. Not my monkeys, not my circus. God bless and Godspeed." Now, first of all, folk had issue with her saying, "Not my monkeys." What you mean, not your monkeys? What you mean, not your monkeys? So folks felt like, first of all, how was Paris Jackson when Michael died? How old was she? Let's see. She was 11. So at 11 years old, she knew her daddy. We're not gonna act like she knew her daddy, but I also feel like, Coleman is playing her grandfather. Coleman is not playing Michael. Michael is being played by his nephew. One of the which one is it? I think Jafar is playing Michael and whatever. So Michael is being played by his actual nephew. Coleman's playing Joe Jackson. So it's not as if he playing your daddy. And if you saw a first draft and said your notes, maybe he saw your notes. Maybe. Okay. So because of her comments that then have folk all up, because again, what you mean not your monkey? And I do feel like, why I said that. Now we know the saying, one monkey don't stop no show. We know that. However, not my monkey, it felt like to people, you calling Coleman a monkey? Because you added Coleman, so I think folks felt like you were calling Coleman Domingo a monkey, which can be racist. Okay? Mm-hmm. And maybe as a Caucasian-looking woman, we don't want that around here. Okay? So after that, she then, let me defend myself.
I'm gonna say this and then I'll kind of just leave it alone.
First of all, you probably should not be responding to stuff while you're either sleeping or on some kind of medication that makes you seem sleepy, is she?
Because it seems like there's been a lot of responses.
even laughing about it, even laughing if people were upset, feeling as if you were using a racially insulting word regarding, someone who was Black. You can't laugh about that.
There's been a lot of responses to the thing that I posted earlier about just like clarifying like that I wasn't involved at all, aside from like giving feedback on the first draft and then getting the feedback that we're not actually going to address your notes at all. And I was like, all right, like fuck me, So I just like butt it out, and I just like I've left it alone.
And what that probably means is in my head, if the movie was being made and you gave the in some kind of way you were okay with it because they sent you the draft of it, so that meant you was okay in some kind of way because it was being made. The nephew was playing Michael, and they've taken a lot of time to make this. It's gonna be like a 2-part movie, whatever. So like I think they probably meant you were aware of it being made. You were okay with it being made because you made notes to the first draft. And that probably was it. I don't think, from what I'm assuming, okay, he wasn't saying Paris was on set every day, child, walking me through Joe Jackson, okay, told me how Uncle Joe, Grandpapa Joe, Papa Joe was, blah, 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 blah. To me, at 11 years old, you probably didn't even have that much connection with Joe, because I don't think Joe was around Michael that much once y'all was born. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as if you were not, if Jermaine and them probably had the most interaction with Joe. I'm just saying.
Because it's not my project. So, they're going to make whatever they're going to make. A big reason why I haven't said anything up until this point is because I know a lot of you guys are going to be happy with it. Like, a big section. The film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy. And they're going to be happy with that. Just like I remember hearing about how Freddie Mercury's family responded to seeing the Bohemian Rhapsody film, right? And I remember like reading the Dirt autobiography as a kid, and then growing up and like watching the movie they ended up making starring like MGK, and I was like, okay. The thing about these biopics is it's Hollywood, so it's fantasy land. It's not real, but it's sold to you as real. And a lot of sugar-coated, like the narrative is being controlled. And there's a lot of inaccuracy, and there's a lot of just full-blown lies. And at the end of the day, like, that doesn't really fly with me. I don't really like dishonesty. I spoke up. I wasn't heard. I fucked off. That's it. Y'all are going to like the fucking movie. So just go watch it. Go enjoy it. Do whatever. Leave me out of it. You know that. Also, something that like quite a lot of people are saying is like she hates her dad. Who
said that?
Resents him. She wants nothing to do with him.
We did. Who would say the daughter of the dead man resents the dead man? I don't.
Because I'm not like calling the shots on set, being a big shot producer of a movie that's filled with just inaccuracies.
Also, I think as a child, I also think sometimes we have no idea who our parents are as adults because we're children. And if he died when you were 11, how much of his adult life do you actually know? Like, how much of Michael Jackson's story can you say you know because you were there? He died when you were 11. So yes, she has a very specific experience as his daughter and that part of his life. But I feel like the movie about Michael Jackson is not about him as a dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, this gonna sound mean. No one is going to see Michael Jackson movie to see him as a father. We're not. We loved him as an entertainer, and for most of his life, he wasn't a father. Like, no tea, no shade. And you probably don't even have a full recollection of who he was as a person. You didn't even know that man when he was black. There's much of Michael's life that you probably have no idea about. And it could be that your version of your dad is a fantasy. Because you live at fucking Neverland with giraffes and monkeys and carnivals all fucking day. You had the Peter Pan daddy. You know what I'm saying? So the notes you probably wrote to them were from your 11-year-old mind frame. And we sometimes can't listen to the 11-year-old say what kind of person their grown-ass father was because you did not know that man for the majority of his life. And that's not in any way to demean her as his daughter, because that's the lady Diddy. I fully get that. But you are trying to speak negatively about a movie about that man's life when you weren't there. You wouldn't even with that man in the gym shooting with the gym. You wasn't there. So the Michael that we all knew, that we all grew up with, is a completely different person than who he was with you at home. He's different. So maybe your notes weren't credible because he died when you were 11. And then once he was dead, all you had was what people told you about him. He hid y'all for years. So again, she has every right to want to be protective of her dad because that's a daddy. However, you can't make it seem as if anyone else's vision of his life story is wrong and full of lies, because we saw him dangle blanket on that balcony. We saw that man go from black to white. We saw that man tell us that y'all was his children. We still wondered. Okay, so like, you know what I'm saying?
That's not my truth. That's not where I'm coming from. I just my dad died when I was 33. I had a full recollection of who he was for the year because I was a kid who grew up with a father. You know what I'm saying? Like, when my birthday died, just last year. So that's different. But for like my nephew, his father died when he was 1. You know what I'm saying? And then my daddy died when he was 9. So the thought process of kids is just different. So your memory of him is probably just different. Not wrong, just different. Prefer honesty over like sales and monetary gain. Like, that's it. And I kind of just don't want anything to do with that. So do you not want any of his money? So I'm going to fuck off again. And I'm going to keep minding my own business. I suggest you do the same. God bless and Godspeed. Also, and I will say, for some of you guys that are not like insanely familiar with the dynamic between me and like my dad's fandom, and like why would you be? So I guess like when the actor that's in the movie did that article with Rolling Stone, and he was like, again, Coleman is not playing Michael.
Coleman's playing Joe.
Paris is so helpful and like supportive of this movie, blah, 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 blah. And she's been helping out on set. My response to that was like, yo, I've met this man twice. Once at a birthday party and once at the Amphar thing the other night. Both were like hella brief interactions. Like, I've met this man twice. Because I said this man, she's so rude. I can't believe the attitude from her. How could she say this man? Also, and
you know, she has every right to. I really wish to see Coleman. I really wish on Paris. Yeah, I wish I can see what he said. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't see what he said. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but girl, do you, boo? But folks was upset. I'm upset because of the monkey comment. That got my attention. You know what I'm saying? The whole "not my monkey, not my circus," because it felt like you were calling Coleman Domingo a monkey, and I don't like that. So that was my aggravation with it. But girl, stop doing videos when you seem high. Like defend your daddy all up and through. Do that. But again, Coleman ain't playing your daddy. He not playing your daddy. Anyway. Let's move on. We're gonna do Mel and what's the girl name? What Cardi at? Cardi. Cardi is on the Billboard. It's the Billboard R&B Hip Hop Power Players 2025. It's on the cover around here, looking great. Okay, Cardi said, "It's my time, bitch." Okay, we see it right here. Stefan Diggs said, "You know what I'm saying? That's a hardworking woman right there. You better speak up for your woman." Okay, cover child. Look, Cardi said, "Bitch, I am fashion." Okay, you can't tell me differently. Okay, kiss my grits. Okay, I'm gonna read it eventually, but I ain't seen it. Okay, but again, the rollout for Cardi's album, genius. Okay, genius. She looks great. Again, her first album came out 7 years ago. Her album comes out. Is it the 19th? I think it's the 19th. Drink some water. I think the album comes out on the 19th. Okay, but Cardi on the cover, looking great. Okay, now we still don't know if Cardi's pregnant. Okay, Cardi also, bitch, Cardi is making a courtroom edition of her album. Cardi is taking the viral pictures from her court, her court from this week and last week, and she's making it a party out. Girl, I think you better, bitch, you better. Okay, that's how you market. I'm in court. I mean, girl, okay. Cardi said, "I am going to show y'all how to."
I mean, look.
Okay, you can't plan this kind of press. Okay, I have the album coming out. I am on the cover of Billboard around here. I had a court case that I beat the same right before my album came out or whatever. I'm going to have my looks from said court date as album covers, bitch, and the drama. Okay, it's amazing. Okay, she also was speaking about her and Stefan Diggs. Okay, hold on.
For you to date again and then date publicly, knowing like the spotlight that comes with it?
It was very tough, but you know what? It is what it is. It's tough hiding.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just tough dating. It's definitely tough dating in your 30s too. So, but I'm happy. I like him. I love him. I never really been a dating person.
Right.
I always been in long relationships since I was like 21.
So with Stefan, how has he inspired you creatively or personally? I've seen y'all in the gym. Yeah, you talk about you don't do the gym. I see you in the gym now. So,
well, personally,
yeah.
I mean, creatively is a little different because we do different jobs. But personally, it's like I will never complain about my job. I will never complain about lack of sleep.
Yeah.
She said that man be working. Okay, that man be working. I love that man. Okay, my man. She also brought up how he taught her how to be more organized and more, more organized and more on her shit. She was saying how I don't have no regular sleep schedule. I don't be having my, days, planned out or whatever. I'm like a day by day person. And because he's so structured because of his football schedule, that he kind of forced her, because she was watching him, to be more on point, to plan more, to be on time, or do all. That's great, because if he has to do this and that and this and that, he has like a structured life playing football. She learned from him, and that's cute. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Cardi and the B. Was it one other Cardi B thing? Oh, she did say we're gonna play the Super Bowl.
Wonder with everything that you accomplished, the tour is going to be on the way. The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Have the thought of doing a halftime show crossed your mind?
Of course, definitely. And I am glad. I'm really glad that it's like, I feel like what year I got asked to do the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if it was 2019, 2018, and I denied. But I'm glad. I feel like soon, if I get to do it, I feel like I'm gonna have more hits. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna be more experienced. And hey, I know I'm gonna eat that up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat it up.
Child, Cardi get to do the Super Bowl. Nicki Minaj is gonna be pissed. Okay, look, I can't wait for Cardi's album. Truth be told, I feel like it's gonna be a really good album. I really feel like she is like on her badass bully ass shit or whatever, and that she is trying her best to not, be looked at as a joke. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great thing. Now, again, she won her court case, right? But the girl E-Money was talking after the court case. Listen to this.
Are you disappointed with the verdict?
Not at all. I don't think that it reflects the truth, but I'm not disappointed. We know that the justice system is sometimes flawed, and unfortunately, that was.
Now, that's her mama. That's her mama behind her, and that's the grandmama back behind the mama. So the mama is the one right behind her. The grandmama is the person back there in them sunglasses. Have your grandmama out in court, girl.
Was the case for me. Like I said, I still stand firm on my position. I still stand firm on my attorney.
And that's your mistake. Your attorney helped you lose. I mean, well, first of all, you lost the case because of the evidence and the facts. But your lawyer ain't making no better.
I think we fought a good fight, but like I said, more importantly, it's about accountability. I had my day in court. I showed up. I held my head high, and I can walk away and say that I showed up, and she had to look me in the eye. I had to look her in the eye, and we did our best.
Are you sorry?
Not y'all did y'all the best and what? Girl, you went through all of this and came out in debt. Doctor bills, lawyer bills, just embarrassment bills. Your mama and your grandma had to take a day off work, girl.
You brought the case in retrospect?
Not at all. Not at all.
She said that she would refuse to countersue in this case. She said that if anybody else, brings a case, this is her words, that's frivolous, she called it, she would be countersuing, not to basically mess with her again. What do you think about that?
This is for me?
Yeah.
Well, my statement is, obviously, you never know what a jury is going to do. You could try a case in different courts with different juries, and you'll have 10 different outcomes. You just never really know what a jury is going to do. We did our best to present the facts that we needed to present to the jury, and we obviously have a right to appeal, and our intention is to appeal.
You're going to appeal? The fact that after that joke of a trial, you think an appeal is what's coming and what's needed, girl, he's wasting your time and your money. He's wasting your time. He's wasting your money.
How do you feel about how the defendant conducted herself in court?
I thought it was totally unprofessional. I think it showed volume to her character, the type of person that she is. A lot of her body language, her body gestures, her facial expressions, her disrespect for the court, I think speaks.
What disrespect? I feel like am I in the Twilight Zone? Cardi was cussing to say what she said. I think the girl comes, excuse my language, girl, fuck, you was cussing at Cardi. Girl.
To who she is. I think we saw how I conducted myself during this trial, and I think
you lied. You lied, had your mama lie, had your granddaddy lie, your grandma lie. You had all the folk around the line for you, a bad lawyer who was stupid and asked stupid questions.
That speaks volume.
Sir, could you say and spell your first name and last name?
Sure. My name is Ron Rosenjohn-Faza. I'm the attorney for the plaintiff. I've had this case for a number of years. I did take it over from another lawyer, and we put it together as best we could with what we had to work with.
The fact that they said, sir, say your name and spell it, he couldn't even do that right. Then him saying, I took the case over for the past couple of years. We did the best we could with what we got. I was like, girl, not. Which meant I didn't have much of nothing, but I hope to get a settlement. And now we ass out.
I disagree with the verdict. As you know, you can see from Cardi B, she has a history of doing these things. Even today in the courthouse, right in where I'm standing in this area, she threw something at one of you, and I think that's just, very poor judgment on her part to go ahead and do something like that.
Now, Cardi told y'all leave her alone. She said, I'm not gonna counter sue, but if you with me, I will. Coming out of the court and then still trying to poke the bear. I hope Cardi do counter sue.
Here in the courthouse, this is a court. You don't do this. It's wrong. And she really, made a fool of herself, in my opinion.
With the unanimous verdict, what is the basis for an appeal? Would it be a factual error, something that the judge did wrong? What would the basis be for an appeal?
Well, there's many different things that occurred. I can't really get into the details now.
Meaning nothing. They asked a great question. What would the point of the appeal be? What would the reason for the appeal be? Nothing.
That would be for the appellate attorney that I work with, who's going to be handling that with me, and we will decide how we're going to handle it.
Meaning we have no means to appeal this shit. But I'm going to say that right now because I ain't got nothing else to do. But however, it's going to be an attorney, not me, on this fake ass case.
Alice, what's next for you?
I'm going to law school.
You had a nervous breakdown from a altercation argument that you had 7 years ago when you were security and you also want to be a cop. Now you want to be a lawyer? You have to argue in court. Anyone who can't have an argument should not be a lawyer. Okay? And also, people who have PTSD and they have depression, bitch, you happy. You're happy. You have none of the remnants of PTSD, depression, anxiety at the all. And you want to be a lawyer? You want to have arguments for a living? You want us to believe an argument with somebody for 60 seconds 7 years ago ruined your life, but now you want to be an attorney?
Hey, congratulations.
I guess if my dumbass attorney can be one, I can too. She has such a stupid attorney. She thinks she can be one too. Who gonna pay for it?
Thank you.
Did this case prompt you to decide to go to law school?
I had already had plans on going to law school, but I think during this case, it kind of amplified a lot of those dreams.
So the court case that lasted 4 days, now you want to be a lawyer. Okay.
Feel like you've been painted in a bad light in the public?
I think from the defendant, yes. But that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna make me seem like a bad person.
So you can make her seem like a bad person. For her defending herself and saying, I didn't beat her up. I cussed her out. Yes, she cussed me out too. I didn't hit her or spit on her. Girl.
I know who I am. I know the things that I've accomplished. So that's all that matters to me.
You started out as a fan of her music. Are you still a fan today?
No.
Will you be listening to her new album? It drops in 6 days, she keeps saying.
Not at all. Okay.
Anyway, girl, go sit down somewhere. You, your mama, and your grandmama. And I mean that respectfully. Also a little bit, girl, sometimes know when you lost and leave. Okay? Know when you lost and leave. And you allow your attorney to say, yeah, we're going to file an appeal. Yeah, file it. And watch Cardi sue her, her mama, her grandmama, her old job, her new job, her old lawyer, her new lawyer. And the fact that we found out through her lawyer here saying he took over the case, meaning whoever her lawyer was before said this case is not winnable. Anyway, we hope she get whatever she deserves. Okay. Now let's get into what Cardi was saying something. What she saying? Hold on, let me see.
Due to our popular demands, I got the Am I the Drama CDs Court Edition. Okay, so I got this one right here. I got this one. Hold on. I got the black hair version. I ain't got the first day because you know my wig was messed up. I ain't did that one. And then I got this one.
Cardi pregnant. Cardi pregnant.
This one right here. They cost $9.99. And just because I won the verdict, guess what? I still gotta pay these lawyers. So if you could donate $9.99, these will be costing $9.99. Please buy these. You know I'm a single mother of 3. Like I swear to God, like if I don't sell these albums, I'm gonna have to like give up my Rolls Royce, give up my Lamborghini. Like, how am I going to live? How am I gonna take my kids to school? So anyways, yeah, make sure you get these. They will only be available till Friday. They're $9.99. You got $10. You got $10 for me. You can't give me $10 fucking dollars. Come on, let's go sell them. Buy my CD. Buy my CD. Due to her popular demand,
get her out the goddamn street. Now, first of all, Cardi pregnant.
Edition. Okay, so I got this one
because Cardi has never been one to hide her body. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Cardi be fully exposed. Okay, Cardi making sure to not show her belly and cover and hold the shirt. To girl,
right here. I got this one. Hold on. I got the black hair version. I ain't got the first day because you know my wig was messed up.
That belly button popped out.
I did that one. And then I got this one right here.
Y'all buy the album, but Cardi pregnant. I don't care. Okay, Cardi knocked up, girl. Cardi in the streets selling the damn album, bitch. You got me today. Okay. Let's get into Kelly's husband. Kelly from the Housewives of the Housewives of something. The Housewives of Atlanta. Mark Farrell. First of all, I don't like that man. His name is weird. Okay. He is trying to sue Bravo, the court, Jesus, Domino's, the Waffle House. Y'all, let's get into this man's press conference.
Jody Lewis. I am the CEO of the Brand Development Group, and we represent Mr. Mark Farrell. We are here today to hear from Mark tell his side of the story and break this silence. We're actually very excited to be able to be here.
Anybody who have a press conference outside in the elements, and you hear cars, buses, trains, and stuff, I don't trust you, because why would you not have a press conference inside where it's quiet?
Today you're going to hear from Mark himself. You're going to also hear from Brian Jenkins, which is the former president of the NAACP here in Rockdale County. And you're also going to hear from his attorney, the great Miss Latoya Francis Williams, who will speak on their behalf. We're going to start with Mark, and then we will go with Brian, and then Latoya will wrap up for us, okay? And then
I want y'all to remember, Bravo never showed that man picture, never said that man name. So I don't know why he acting like he was a main cast member on Bravo Housewives of Atlanta last season. It's weird.
Then we can take some questions, and then if you want to do some private interviews, we're happy to do that after as well. So, Mark, let me get here.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings.
And he has a pointy head. Y'all notice that one thing? He has a very pointy head. I don't know what I don't know how his head got so pointy, but we don't like that man with his pointy ass head. Anyway.
Today, good morning. Today I end my silence for 3 years. I watched my name dragged through the mud, my business stolen, my home taken, my children withheld, and my dignity attacked.
Now, I don't know why he sounds like a Baptist preacher in the Jim Crow South complaining about Chuckalisa not having strip clubs. I don't know.
The truth is simple. What happened to me was not justice. It was abuse of power. The 2022 hearing that changed my life should have never happened.
Again, the 2022 hearing, not 24 or 25. In 2022, we didn't know him or Kelly. Okay? All this shit he's talking about happened before Kelly was even thought of on the Bravo show.
I was never properly served. Without service, there is no jurisdiction. That means the court never had the legal authority to rule against me. Yet they did. In that ruling, my company, my livelihood, and my future was taken from me. Even from disturbing the court, ignored overwhelming evidence that Nana Chicken and Waffles was business. My business was started with my money and my family recipe. Just 1 month before the hearing, Kelly signed an operating agreement acknowledging that we were partners.
Partners. So was it just your business or were y'all partners? I'm just wondering. Just wondering.
We have a signature. We have a text sending it back to our business manager. We have Secretary of State filings, EIN numbers, tax documents, everything. She went into court, lied, and claimed she was the sole owner. The business ignored the agreement, ignored the evidence, and handed my company. The clerk of court, Janice Morris, even further, posted on social media, celebrating Kelly, praising her as she took my company.
Sir, we didn't see none of this shit. None of it.
You are the clerk of the court. I trusted you to be neutral, to respect the office you hold, and steer it to cheer it on injustice.
So are you upset because you went to court with no lawyer and did not know what you were doing? Because I feel like the court can't take everything from you unless you don't know what you're doing. Like, how you pissed at Bravo for you not having an attorney back in 2022? If the court allowed Kelly to get all this stuff from you, that means somebody on your side was incompetent. Either you, your brain, your cone head, or your lawyer at the time.
And Nancy Bills, every time I stepped into your courtroom, I expected fairness, but I found hostility and bias. You even denied me the right to counsel at one hearing.
She denied you right to counsel in a hearing. Ain't that illegal? Ain't a part of court proceedings you have a right to an attorney? So I don't live in Georgia. I don't know if the rules is different now. So you want us to believe the judge denied you an attorney in your divorce proceedings, and that you didn't say, hey judge, that's illegal? Okay.
You called me names on record. You forced me under threat of jail to transfer assets that were fully in my name, including my food truck. You locked me up multiple times for money that had already been paid back into my joint account. I was terrified to stand before you because you showed me again and again that I had no chance of being treated fairly.
Did you have a lawyer? Some men think they're so smart they don't need a lawyer, and they'll go to court thinking I can just bully my way into getting what I want. When you are in any legal situation, you need an attorney.
Let me be clear. I never stole money from my business. The funds were from loans and grants that had both been signed to expand Nanas. When I saw reckless personal spending, I safeguarded the funds as recommendation of our then business partner. Before the June hearing, I had already turned over $320,000 to the joint business account. Once the companies that I had found a path forward, which was agreeing to the terms of operational agreement, which outlined that both signatures was needed, and you agreeing to not spend funds reserved for the business expansion. By December 2022, every penny was back. Yet in January 2022.
So you did take money and you put it somewhere else, which got you in trouble. Because you wasn't supposed to take the money in the first place. Taking money and putting it back don't mean you never took it in the first place.
2024, I spent over 40 days in jail, while my ex-wife and her attorney told the court it had never been repaid.
Did you have a receipt? Did you have a receipt? I feel like if I owe someone money and I was supposed to put money in an account, once I put said money in the account, I'm going to always have a paper trail so no one can say I did not do it.
This is false imprisonment. This is fraud. And while Kelly was awarded the business, the cars, the proceeds from the homes, and more, I still left with the debt. To this day, that loan sits on my credit while she uses the business it funded. On top of that, her attorney withheld over $74,000 that was legally mine from the sale of our home. Money that sat over a year before quality sent to escrow. Money I could have used to support my children and myself after losing everything.
Well, you don't even see the children. She got the kids. So what do you mean?
Child support was set at nearly $4,000 a month, not based on my income, but on a business grant. Still, I tried. I offered payments that were rejected. I paid $14,000 with help from a friend when I was jailed again. I even offered half of the $74,000 I was owed just to catch up. But the truth is, Kelly doesn't want resolution. She wants to keep me down because without that storyline, she loses her platform.
Again, y'all, the court shit happened in 2022. Kelly had no idea in 2022 that in 2024 she'll be on Bravo Housewives. So how was she using shit from 2 years prior for a storyline? That makes no sense. Y'all were divorcing before she got put up for the show. What do you mean? The moment he said she used it for a storyline, I'm like, that don't make no sense. Because all this happened before she got on the show. 2 years prior.
And Bravo, your hands are not clean. You gave airtime to lies that you knew could not be sustained.
If Bravo followed the court records, that ain't a lie. And Bravo did not air you. They aired Kelly. And Kelly talked about, girl.
You put my daughter on national TV without my permission. You built a storyline that destroyed my name from entertainment. This is defamation. Defamation.
Deaf for what? Deaf for who?
It will not stand. So today, I inform the world I intend to sue every party that's played a role in this part. Those who withheld my children, who stole my money, who illegally.
Who withheld your children? Did you go get the kids? Did you ask for visitation for the kids? Ain't nobody
held my home proceeds, who ran hearings without jurisdiction, and abused their public offices, and who profited off lies. To my children, Chance, Chester, and Chassis. Hear me clearly. I love you. I have.
Did he say 3 kids' names and not 4? Because ain't it 4 kids? I know they have 3 together, but he just leaves out her oldest daughter who was Dick. Okay.
I've never left you. I have fought for you every day, in every courtroom, every filing, and every word I speak. No matter what you told, no matter what you've seen on TV, your father always loved you and always will. To my supporters, this is bigger than me.
Your supporters? We don't know you. We barely know Kelly.
It's about accountability, integrity, and justice.
And what? Hold on, sir.
What happened to Rockdale should have never happened to a man, another father, or another family. My silence is over. The truth is heard, and today is just the beginning. Thank y'all.
My name is Brian L. Jenkins.
Now, we're not gonna watch The Preacher Man and the other. I'm gonna yell a snippets of them. I don't know why they're all talking like Negro slaves trying to pray for come up from slavery.
Giving honor to God, the overseer of my being. We're assembled here today not because we want to, but because we have to. Not far from where we stand, an injustice on this county took place. Not far from where we stand.
Y'all outside fighting the elements. Y'all fighting bugs. Y'all fighting the sun and hot ass suits. What did y'all do? The sun is beaming on the head, Lord.
And an injustice against Mr. Farrell took place. Not far from where we stand, a supercilious judge assisted by her toady, the clerk of courts, a toady who allegedly spent more time posting on her social media page support for Mr. Chavello's ex-wife while the divorce was still in progress than she did the county that employs her.
Sir, what did you talk? What? I don't know none of the shit he just said. Are y'all making up words? They didn't went to an encyclopedia guy, got all the good words, and then put all the big words together for one.
No. The case against Mr. Chavello stunk then. And the case against Mr. Chavello stinks even more now. Who is this brother?
They wrote speeches, y'all. They wrote speeches about a divorce. They had a press conference outside in the Atlanta, Georgia heat about a divorce.
That was railroaded, maligned, ridiculed, ostracized, laughed at, wrongfully incarcerated, stripped of his dignity, told to go get a job by this extremely unprofessional judge.
Does he have a job? You upset because a judge told someone without a job to go get a job?
And was made to watch from his jail cell all the years of toiling to amass a tremendously successful business snatched from his hands and given to his ex-wife right here in Rockdale County. But here's what the judge did give him: 50% of the debt in jail time. He was a brother that was only seeking a divorce.
So as y'all see, the bald-head preacher had a sermon. We're going to skip over him because then came a lady around here, okay? Lady Ray. Let's get into that a little bit.
Out on the NAACP. They were invited to stand here with us.
Yeah, he called him out, the NAACP, for not showing up to help Conehead Farrell in his divorce proceedings.
And the state president, Gerald Briggs, stated that he would be in attendance. But where is he? Many of these black organizations are led by what I call silent slaves. They flock the community to sell tickets, but go into hiding when real issues arise. There's a scared virus consuming these individuals. The only cure for them is a chair. So go somewhere and sit down.
You want the NAACP to come get involved in a divorce dispute? Okay.
Good morning. As you heard from Jody.
Now, she sounded like she worked at Bridgerton or the Gilded Age or Downton Abbey.
My name is LaToya Francis Williams. And many of you know me as the legal lady. Most importantly, many of you know that if someone has tapped me and my team, there is an issue with civil rights. There is an issue with a miscarriage of justice. There is an issue at the state, local, and even federal level. And the reason that I am honored to speak here today is because my team was tapped. You just heard from another member of my team about justice and moving forward. One of the things that I said when I first met Mr. Chavello was that it is time for restorative justice. It is time that the storyline and the lies and the games and the gamesmanship visited on him, not just by his ex-wife and ex-business partner, but by the very persons that are supposed to run this courthouse. There is a bare minimum standard that the state of Georgia requires when someone comes into a courthouse and they make assertions under oath. There is a bare minimum standard of fact, of proof, that any judge must demand before rendering a decision, before making findings of fact. Not only did Judge Bills disgrace the bench with ignoring the bare minimum standard.
Where is his attorney? Who did he go to court with? Who helped him with paperwork? who did it. If that man was in court and he was unprepared, that's his fault.
Not only did the clerk of court, Ms. Morrison, disgrace the office by ignoring the bare minimum standard, but the lessons that we have learned is that if it happened to my client, it has happened before. Now, this is really just the beginning, because restorative justice means, number one, we've made up our minds that suit is forthcoming. And as you all know, whenever I sue a judge, whenever I sue a prosecutor, the state, law enforcement, anyone that is a government official, step number one is what we call statutory notice of intent to sue. We'll put you on notice. We do you the courtesy of letting you know that litigation train is coming.
Which means I'm going to threaten you with a lawsuit to hope you give us some money.
What you didn't hear is while they have been on notice, because my client not only filed a claim, a judicial claim, against the presiding judge, but she nevertheless refused to recuse herself from his cases. So they've been on notice. What you didn't hear is that before his ex-wife and ex-business partner ran to the courthouse with a bag of lies, she signed on the dotted line what we call an operation agreement. Now, why is this important?
Why y'all bothering us? Why y'all bothering us? So I don't know why Kelly's bald, cone-head husband is around here getting on our nerves, wanting to sue Bravo, saying Bravo posted lies. Sue the courts. Leave us out of it. And they're still filming, the Housewives of Atlanta now. So I'm pretty sure this will get its way into it some kind of way. To me, I'm like, is he trying to get on the show? Maybe he wants to be on the show. Either way, get him out of my face. Okay, we'll see how else Bravo handles this, how Kelly handles this and whatnot, because child, it is some bullshit. Now, let's get into Kelly. Oh, what do it last? Let's get into Kelly Price. Again, Kelly Price went live last night, cussing all the black people out. Now, y'all take 30 seconds and like the video. And we're back. Let's get into Kelly Price. So, for some reason, Kelly Price was up last night at maybe it was like 1 a.m. each. Now, she's in LA, well, in California. So, it was, 10, 11 o'clock over there. Okay, but Kelly Price got on the live on the IG with her bonnet on, her glasses, looking down upon the people because she thinks she's better than everybody else. Let's go ahead and cuss Kelly out together.
I have prided myself on being an artist who, though I've been accused of a lot of things, the crazy thing about it is the industry that I work in is smoke and mirrors, and with the right machine behind anything, it's very easy to get people to believe what the powers that be want people to believe about you. But the truth of the matter is I'm not somebody that you've ever seen me running into clubs, getting into fights, and doing all kinds of stuff. I've always done I'm not perfect, but I've done my utmost best to maintain integrity where most people have none. And just no matter what, uphold what it is that I knew that I was taught.
We ain't like Kelly Price since she was on R&B Divas, okay? Kelly Price ruined her reputation on that show. I think folks have looked at her as an enemy of people since then. She can still sing, but some folk don't like her.
As a child, from my grandparents, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when he or she is old, they won't depart from it. So I do my best not to try and fall into the trap of social media, because I do realize that there are a lot of people that grow an extra set of testicles, and I'm talking about females too.
Female balls? Okay.
when they are behind their keyboards and they are on their phones. And a lot of the times they do it because they know they're never actually going to have an opportunity to stand in the face of the person and say what they say under a post to their face.
Meaning trolls. Okay. Kelly up here trying to explain what a troll is at 1 a.m. Eastern time is ridiculous. Okay. We all know that people be on social media on their keyboards being bully badasses. We are aware of that, girl. Ignore them people.
I'm a songwriter, first and foremost, before I am a singer and a performer. So I'm very, very big on freedom of speech because I literally earn a living using my words. But I'm gonna talk. I need to have a word with this generation, and when I say this generation, I'm not talking about age-wise, because I have men and women who are my age and some that are a little bit older, that are just as ignorant and stupid as kids that were born less than 20 years ago and did not have the benefit of being taught by the elder generation.
Well, no matter what generation someone is from, no matter who your elders are, there are dumb people forever. Okay, don't think that just because someone is newly, born, you're 20 years old or whatever, there have been dumb people around forever. There were old dumb people, young dumb people, middle-aged dumb people. So, saying that people didn't have the teaching of the elders, girl, bye. Some of the elders were dumb people.
I do not expect that I'm going to be everybody's favorite, whether it's what I look like, what I sound like, what my clothes are, or any of those things. The one thing you will never catch me doing is going to someone else's social media page and talking in a disparaging way about them.
I agree. I've always said that people should not go to people's pages and, berate them and say mean things. I'm a firm believer in that, okay?
Disrespecting them to the utmost. Number one, for the men that do it, you a bitch.
No way.
And I will ask God to forgive me for this after this. But any man that feels that he has the right to disrespect a woman that has never done anything to them because they want to feel whatever and they realize that they will never have to say what they say under a picture or a video of me, something that is nasty and hurtful, and you want to put it there, you do that because you a bitch.
Okay.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear.
You have to learn when to ignore trolls. And we all can agree that anyone around here trolling and being mean and saying mean things, you can't give them the energy they want. Every once in a while you can, but girl, a 45-minute live in the middle of the night.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who get ready to lose your job.
DEI hires? Now what that supposed to mean? Who are you talking to? And why they gonna lose their jobs? So are you trying to say that people? Okay, Kelly, you're going off the rails.
If you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine, and I'm not gonna lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even...
Girl, do you know that people have to buy a ticket? Do a lot of white women go to Kelly Price shows? Because you on social media speaking negatively about black women, who do you think might have asked Brian McKnight?
Even do this, but I'm so sick of black people and their bullshit.
And I say that see, hold on.
Not on my watch.
When people start tossing around, I'm so sick of the black people. Why? But you always make it seem like it has to be us. I don't trust nobody's thumbnail picture. Okay, if you think people will be trolling are always who the picture is, you're stupid. And anytime you try to say Black people, okay, it's one thing to say, I hate when people troll me. I hate when folk come and talk about me. I hate, that's fine. But once you put a race on it,
Give me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this. But I'm so sick of Black people and their bullshit. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, and you know, Lord, pray for me.
Don't bring Jesus in this. Whenever you go to the point of saying Black people, when you put it to Black people, now we have a problem. Because you can't bunch. If you think that only Black people think your feet big, ma'am, if your feet big, who cares? Who cares? When you get negative comments from individuals and you then make it about a race of people, you are being stupid, Kelly Price. Okay? Black people are who buy your tickets. Begging them and come to hear you see, and come to hear you sing, it's more. They ain't come to hear that. She was. They ain't come to see that.
Because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people.
Okay, now we Black women. Now she's on the Black women. We are the most mean and okay.
On God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other Black women, but you're an activist, and you are educated, and you are this, and you are that, and you are the other.
Kelly, wrong road. Wrong road. She has every right to be upset at people coming at her, but don't make it about the Black people.
Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you.
Are you threatening people, Kelly? You can't be threatening people on the thing now.
I said what I said. I said what I said. I would never disrespect somebody. Social media and digital media literally is the electronic equivalent to someone's home. The things that you do when you go to somebody's page and say something that's nasty and hurtful and disrespectful is the equivalent of somebody ringing somebody's doorbell, coming in their house and trying to tell them how they should run their household.
I don't open my door for strangers. The same way on my social media, on my IG, you can't comment unless you're following me. And the moment you say some dumb shit, I just block you. But no one can come to my house and tell me nothing. I don't open the door. The door to our houses block people who we don't know from getting in. You need to treat social media like your house. It's a block button, bitch. Use it. But you being upset because someone called you a big feet fat bitch, I think that's what they said. And you then took that to be disparaging about Black people, it's dumb because Black people didn't do that. Individuals did. And the fact that you can't make the distinction between the peoples shows your mindset. Because the same way they went to your page with the bullshit, you then came to the internet with the bullshit talking to Black people. You could have went to their pages and said that. But you're wrapping it all up as it's Black people and Black women. I don't even know you.
It's very simple. If you don't like how I sound, unfollow. If you think that my clothes look horrible, unfollow.
Do you know that most trolls don't follow you? Most people who comment weird shit not even following you. Which is why the comments should be set to only people who follow you.
But the reality of it is if I got up in a potato sack on any stage with a microphone, most people that call themselves singers are going to be hard pressed to do anything with me. People don't come to see what I look like. They come to see or hear what I sound like. And
well, they may not now because you told the black folks we ain't shit. And you didn't have to. Again, I'm not saying that she does not have a right to be upset because someone says to me, y'all know, I've cussed some motherfucker out real fast. But I block them. And I don't make it about, oh, black people. Like if MP said to me, you ain't Jaylee, I hate you. I'm not gonna say all these black, I'm not gonna do that or that. I'm gonna say, MP, forget you. As I've done. When people say things to me that are mean, I highlight the comment and cuss that person out. I never make it about the race of people or the sex. I want all the black women, all the black men, all the blue goats. I don't do that. I say Timbuktu on some bullshit. I'm gonna cuss you out and then block you. You just as bad, if not worse, than them because they talk shit about you. You then made it about all the black people. I don't know how I hit it. That's see, I get told this stuff.
no two people are going to have the same. No two people are going to have the same style or whatever the case may be, or what makes them comfortable. And in real life, I'm looking at you nasty hoes, and I said what I said. You
not nasty hoes
with your degrees and all that. I'm looking at you stupid hoes online, talking about other black women that have never done anything to you. And you are disgusting. I don't understand how you as a queen who is educated and you want to be somebody's role model and these are the things that you do.
Were you stalking the person? Because how you know what they were saying? How you know what was said? I'm just wondering. Because did they just say something about you and your feet and your outfit?
You know what I do as a role model? I send other people's kids to college. And I don't make a press announcement about it. Because I don't need anybody to know that I did it. I give dozens of families Thanksgiving dinner. Not behind an organization, my household, my husband and I personally. We feed people during the holidays.
Oh, now she want that. Give me the accolades, give me the attention. I be helping people.
We make sure that people's children who may not otherwise be able to have a birthday or celebrate Christmas, that they're able to do it because times are hard. And we both came from that, so we know what that is. And I always told God, if he ever blessed me so that I could help take care of somebody else, that I would do it. My grandfather always said, it was one of the things that he said all the time. He would say to his congregation, and he would say it to us, his children. He would say, you don't necessarily need to be seen giving. You don't give to be seen. You do not give to be seen.
Then why you bringing it up? If you did stuff off camera, we know why I bring it up. So because you give to people, that makes you exempt from trolls? Jesus gave his life. Kelly Price, you have a nasty spirit in you because once you get upset, you go for the jugular and not for who's talking about you, but for a whole group of people.
But sometimes it's good to be seen giving, especially when you are somebody that people look up to. People need to know that you do give and you help other people. But there are things that I do for the community and for families and for children that nobody will ever know about because I don't need a press release behind it. And if the best that you can do to try to come against me is to talk about the way my stomach looks in my outfit, is to talk about how big my feet look in my shoes, is to talk about how unstylish you think I am, Go for it.
I mean, girl, fuck them people. What do you mean? Girl.
Go for it. I don't need to disrespect you. I don't need to disrespect you. What I'm encouraging you to do is unfollow me. Do yourself a favor and unfollow me, because you are putting yourself in a very dangerous position by attacking me and dragging me on social media when I've done nothing to anyone.
Now, I was like, why is she so upset? What had happened? So I went to Kelly Price's page, right? And this was posted a day. I feel like this is the video that maybe made some folks say some stuff that she ain't like. Because them shoes, them some nice shoes. But so what if she has big feet? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? But we know people post stuff, and then people, we like, oh, I don't like her shoes. Her jacket is ugly. Her wig don't look right. You have to sometimes ignore people doing the B or the S, but you don't go and make no 45-minute cuss out section and talk about the black people. If they think your belly big, so what, bitch? Be a part of the big belly brigade. Who cares? Who cares? Now I because as you see now, ain't no comments. So I feel like, you know, someone said, let's take the comments off. Okay. We're not gonna talk about her. Her feet don't look big. Her feet look regular size, honestly. The shoes look thick and big, but that's what it is. Okay. You know, and she dressed how she dressed. Again, that's somebody who cares. You know, Kelly Price has lost a ton of weight since we knew her. But I feel like the only way you can look, Kelly has a right to defend herself and say, hey, don't come to my page saying bullshit. She fully has a right to do that. But you did not go after whoever told you you had big feet, a big belly, and ugly clothes. You went after black people. You black bitches. The whole audience is black, girl. What do you mean? Now I don't know why you want sneakers in a blazer and some slacks and a shirt. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like me, I don't like wearing heels. Maybe she like gym shoes. I don't care. But someone saying you got big feet and then your belly was out there, girl. So what? Cuss the person out who said it.
Period. God takes care of me, and he also takes care of my enemies. You know why? Because I don't bother anybody.
Yes, you do, Kelly. We've seen you.
Say what you want to say about me. I do not bother anybody. I go to work when I'm supposed to be there. I do my job, and I do it better than most.
Right. Kelly has always been a big girl. We ain't never seen Kelly skinny. We ain't never seen her skinny. We met her as a big bitch and loved her as a big bitch. So I feel like you ain't no way a fat joke is new to you. Now again, maybe that fat joke hit on the wrong day at the wrong time. That's cool that you upset and you want to cuss a person out. My issue ain't her being upset. My issue is Kelly saying fuck all the black people, all the black hoes and black DI hires. Girl, what do you mean?
Say what you want to say. And even on nights when I don't feel well, I still sing live. No one has ever been to a Kelly Price concert where I lip sync, because that's unfair to the audience. And I'm speaking to black women because what I literally just saw was a bunch of black women and black men underneath a photo from this weekend and a clip from my performance this weekend. The crazy thing is, it's a concert. You didn't say I sounded horrible. You said my feet look like boats in my shoes.
I mean, but if they bolty, so what? So what if you look bolty? Some gym shoes look bolty. And sometimes I love these shoes. And they're bolty. But I love them. I got these from Torrid. They're green and white, but they are both T type shoes. Why you mad? What you mad for? You bought the shoes. You wore the shoes. It's a style. It's a style of shoe, ma'am. What are you upset for? The shoes do look bolty, but that's okay. That's okay. And again, you can be upset at the comment, but you didn't make it about the people who said it. You made it about all the black people.
You said my clothes look disgusting. You said I've never had any style. That's what you said about me.
I mean, maybe she don't like your outfit, but so what? Maybe your style ain't her style. So what? Block, bitch.
That's your personal opinion. Because when somebody looks at you, whether you know them or not, they looking at you and they think you look like a gorilla.
Oh, not a Kelly. Not a gorilla. Why a gorilla, Kelly? What you gonna? What is a girl? See, now that's Kelly. Your shoe choice and your outfit choice is your choice. That lady's physical features ain't for her. But to say, oh, people look at you and think you like a gorilla.
They think you look like a mud duck. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
A mud? I've never. What is that? What is a mud duck? What the fuck is? Girl, I gotta Google it. What is a mud duck? And how do you spell it? It's a bird. Not a mud girl.
If you don't like what I look like, get the hell off my page. Because for real, in real life, I'm not even that girl. I don't talk about the kind of money I make. I don't flaunt money on the gram. I don't do that kind of stuff. I didn't come from that generation. Some people are saying they didn't see it. I've already started deleting it because I do my best to make my page, all of my social medias, someplace where people can come and just get either something to laugh at or get an encouraging word.
I would never come to your page now because you said people look like mud ducks and gorillas and F all the black people. I don't want to be around there. Okay, I don't want to be around there. Now, if you want to be out here in leisure suits and bolty shoes, we'll do that. I don't care. If that's your fashion choice, that's your fashion choice. But gorillas and mud ducks?
Because so many people are going through so much right now. You'll be walking by somebody on the subway or on the bus, down the street, in the grocery store. You don't know what they're going through. My goal is, if I leave my house, is to just make somebody smile, whether they know who I am or not. And y'all don't let social media make y'all feel like you are a whole lot more than what you actually are. So I'm going to remind you, you are flesh and blood like I am. Whether you believe in God or not, you are going to answer to him.
Leave God out of it. You can call people gorillas and mud ducks and bitches and hoes and stuff.
And I'm warning you, I don't have to do anything to you. You are literally attacking me and dragging me because your life is so miserable that you don't have anything better to do at 10 o'clock at night on the West Coast, 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, than troll my photos and talk about how horrible you think I look in my...
So you went live in real time. Meaning you saw a mean comment and got on live and called out all the black people and the black women and said they DEI hires losing their jobs.
My clothes. That already tells me what your life ain't. I don't get online and do this. But when I literally looked at all of these black men and women.
How How many comments was it, Kelly? It couldn't have been that many. Because Kelly has 1 million followers, right? I just feel like Kelly can't be having 18,000 comments on any given Tuesday. Because no tea, no shade. Who out here comment on Kelly Price videos on a regular?
People of color coming up underneath my post. That's the best you got for me? Seriously? I'm not fishing for compliments. If you don't like what you see, I'm gonna say it again, unfollow. If you don't like what you hear, unfollow. I don't argue against people's right to the freedom of speech because as a writer, that's how I make my money. But I'm respectful.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you did not even go off on the people who said it. You are going off on a genre, a group of people. Not Becky Sue or Jamisha or Rodney or Tanisha. No, all the black folk and the DI hires losing their jobs.
I don't go scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok looking just to have something nasty to say. And say what you will. Oh, you an artist, you signed up for this. No, the hell I didn't. I've been in this business for 33 years and there was no social media when I signed up. I had to learn how to adjust to you assholes.
That we assholes? Yeah, the girl, just button up your jacket. Look, as a plus size woman, you do have to learn to dress for your size. And even if you don't want to button up your jacket, you don't have to cover your belly. But some folk be just rude about fat people in general. But them shoes were multi, but they were cute.
That don't have anything better to do with your free time. Because ain't nobody looking for you. And they don't give a damn about you. And that's your problem. That's why you have so much free time on your hands.
How you know they didn't run across your photograph and thought that's an ugly outfit? Now they didn't have to post the comment. You know.
Love what I do. I love the fact that God has given me the ability to write music that speaks to people's spirits and it helps to heal them. And it helps them to know that they're not the only ones who are going through it. I see people saying don't react. I'm not reacting. I'm responding. Because it gets to a point. The reality of it is if somebody walked up on the street and said something to me, like some of the comments that I've been saying, I would absolutely let them have it.
Well, no one's going to do that. That's why you ignore trolls, because they want the attention. Or when you do address said troll, you address said troll. You are addressing all the black people.
This is not me letting somebody take me out of my care. This is Kelly.
We know. You have an evil spirit up in you. You have a little bit of a serpent in your spirit. It may not be you all the time, but you have the energy in you to be mean to people. Not to the person who did it, but to people in general. And the fact that you don't realize you're not talking to who said it, you're saying black people. Are you black?
This is Kelly. I just ignore it most of the time because the reality of it is I realize that people really just don't have much to do. If you have enough time in the middle of the night to sit on social media and scroll through somebody's page that you don't know, that doesn't know you, and make comments that are disparaging and
how many comments did she make? How many did she make? How many comments did one person make to make you go off on a racial tirade at 1 a.m. Eastern time?
Disrespectful? I don't need to ask what you got going on in your life. I don't care if you make 7 figures a year. It don't matter. So do I.
Girl, money won't get you into heaven. So whether she makes 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, or no figures, the money someone makes means nothing. So why bring her money?
But I don't have time to sit on social media looking for something to talk about that's nasty and rude to other people.
But you sat on social media for 45 minutes bashing black people.
because I'm consistently looking for things to try to make the world better and to try to better myself. Period. Period. And the crazy thing about it is I'm looking at, first, the men, I can't even, whatever. Like, as far as I can't even call you a man. You're a male. What they put on your birth certificate was male when you were born. Because when I was growing up, men didn't roll up on women like that.
Did they come to your house? He didn't roll up on you.
A real man anyway. And I don't ever have a problem with somebody saying to me, you know what, I think you might look better in this, or why don't you try that? Because that's what queens do. They don't slap the crown off of another queen's head. If her crown is tilted, they come next to her or behind her and they whisper in her ear and they tell her, hey sis, hold still, let me grab this for you.
Well, that's because some of those people are trying to be helpful. Trolls aren't helpful, Kelly.
Let me straighten out your crown. Your tag is sticking out in the back of your dress. I don't want to alarm you. I'm going to stick your tag back inside your dress. That's what real queens do. But you wouldn't know it because you don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. It's not getting to me. Ask B. Cole. It's not getting to me. I'm a 52-year-old grown woman who has been doing this and getting a check for it for 33 years.
And now you're upset. It got to you. You got upset. You were on here in your bonnet. Insulting your fan base.
Miss me with the, she's a hater, she's a this, she's a that. No, at this stage in my career, I'm an expert. And I know what the whole hell I'm talking about.
Y'all, we are 2 hours and 36 minutes in. I have not even got to mail. Oh my God. We might not get to mail thing, y'all. Because I don't want to hold y'all too late. And we already at 2 hours and 36 minutes. Oh my God.
I really do. I've done every job in this business. And I don't buy into, because I'm an artist, I don't have the right to respond when someone says something that's out of pocket. That's where y'all got it messed up. Because once again, depending on who you are and where you're from, you wouldn't walk up on somebody in the street and say that because you might not make it home.
That's my folk doing on social. But even again, I don't want anyone to think I am excusing trollish behavior or excusing people saying mean comments and making it seem as if that's okay. All I'm saying is she's not addressing what was said to her. She's making this about Black people and Black women.
This is my official advisement. If you don't like me, get the hell off my social media. It don't affect my bottom line. I promise on everything I love. You don't affect what my life looks like. My bills will still be paid. I will still be driving my car. I will still be flying first class and private in some cases, wherever the hell I want to go. I'm not that girl. I don't throw stuff in people's faces.
But you just threw how much you make a year, how much you have private jets and private planes and private flights. You just threw all the stuff in people's face just to say, I don't throw stuff in faces. All the stuff you say you don't do, you're doing.
Because I understand, appreciate, and I know that anything that I have is because God decided to bless me above and beyond what it was that I knew.
Girl, God said.
So now why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong because you never
knew before I became a person that the whole world knows. But I'm serving this to you as a warning. Because where I'm at right now, I'm not getting back online saying anything about this anymore. I'm glad
You know me, after 45 minutes, you better not.
I saw your names. Because when I pray, I'm praying that God give you exactly what you deserve.
Are you putting the hands on people? You can't do that. God would not want that. See how, girl.
There's no reason for you, person who was born as a male, there's no reason for you, woman of color, with your education, who done lied to herself and told herself that she was a queen, because won't nobody else call her that. Not anybody that means it anyway.
So when people say mean things to you, Kelly does it back. I will want for Kelly because she aggravates my nerves. I think the point of all of this was, because again, she talked for another like 20 minutes. Okay. A good 20 additional minutes. Okay. So for anybody who was going to go and put, and she was saying, I hope you get what you deserve, and I hope God, girl, it was bad. Okay, it was bad. And if I did not have it to mail and let her get her thing, whatever, yeah, Kelly Price was on live. It was a 45-minute live because I downloaded it and had to edit. It was a 45-minute live that she did last night. It was like 1 a.m., Eastern time, like 10 o'clock at that time, because she saw the comments, folks. But this is Kelly Page. Okay, now I don't follow Kelly. Okay, this is Kelly Page. Okay, and again, I'm assuming this is the video, okay, of her in them shoes, the outfit, or whatever. But if you look at her at other shows, she does have a way that she dresses. She's a sneaker girl, which is fine, a little jacket, you know what I'm saying, a little loose outfit or whatever. She real comfy, cozy. Okay. It's real a backyard barbecue, and I'm a singer. Okay, it's real comfortable. It's leisure suits. Okay, it's a little sweatsuit, a little church suit. Okay, some flat sneakers and whatnot, a wig and stuff. So like that's how she dressed. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay, but if that's how you dress, you can't get mad at us. We didn't put the outfit on you. We didn't put the boots on your feet. Shackles on my feet, now I can dance. And at one point she said how I wear a size 11 shoe. I had big feet when I was younger, but I can afford a Gucci shoe. Bitch, fuck your Gucci. You know what I'm saying? So again, everyone has the right to speak out against anyone trolling them and whatnot. Everyone got a right to do that. Okay, again, a sneaker, a jacket, and some loose clothing. However, Kelly point wasn't to the people talking about her. Kelly was like, black people ain't shit, and I don't like the black folk. Anyway, Kelly, go sit the fuck down somewhere. Girl, go pray. Pray to Jesus. Mel. Let me add Mel live. Now I'm not gonna play Mel whole live either, because I don't feel like it. And again, I don't want to hold y'all too long, okay? But Mel was going off again about Montell. Now, again, I see people who we discussed Mel's comments from yesterday, but today, this morning, Mel went live and she was further explaining what happened, because some folk did not. I think people thought she was discussing old shit and not knowing. No, she was discussing stuff that happened like last week. Okay. And this part of the live is from yesterday, where she claims Montell pulled a pow on her and got physical.
What about the time when you punched me? What about that part? My address got released to the public by way of my children's father. So then I had to do a text. Hey, not sure if you're available or not, but this just happened. Is there any way? I'm afraid. Is there any way that you can come to my house, sit out there? Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared. Okay.
And again, when I saw folk in the comment section, look, I'm gonna give y'all a good 15, 20. I'm gonna give y'all a good 15, 20. Okay, give me a good 15, 20 minutes we're gonna get into what Mel said, and then we're gonna let that be that. I'm gonna get to it. I just don't want to be here for 4 hours. We're gonna get to about 3 hours and 15 minutes. So okay. So I appreciate y'all being around here with me, okay? Because it's almost midnight here right now. But I appreciate y'all like sticking with me for the shit, okay? But seeing comments to people trying to make it seem as if Mel was bringing up old stuff. Why she ain't on the show no more? Like blah blah. I'm like, why y'all acting like, you know, we don't recognize that Montell is crazy as hell. He still be bothering that girl. Mel not being on the show didn't stop Montell from being crazy.
That's how that happened. So in that whack ass interview, are you sending my address because you sent a police report that had my address on it? But see, what you didn't do is show my report of that same day when you pulled that pow out on me and said that you would take me out, and you already thought about it and decided you would. You ain't show that side of the police report, boo-boo? Because I got it. Y'all been quiet. What about the time when you punched me? For a long time. My people have seen it. So for all the women who be on here caping and capping, why don't y'all give them some help? You love them that much.
If you love Montell, give Montell some help. Okay, if you love that man, get him the fuck out of my face. And then even when I was seeing folks saying, why is she out here talking about Montell and that product? Because if you look, when Cardi B just showed y'all, if I'm gonna be in court, I'm going to promote my album. If I know for a fact folk love drama, and if I'm discussing that Montell was harassing me recently, why would I not also promote my products? That's smart.
Why don't you do that? Because y'all weak hoes, that's why.
Come on now, Mel. Now see, this is how you address the bull stuff. You don't make it about a race of people or a certain group of people. All you say is, you people, whoever you are, that are protecting him, trying to big him up, you some weak hoes. Whoever you may be. You see how she didn't say, oh, you black hoes, you white hoes. She said, you hoes, meaning whoever it is.
And if you think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. You want to show the report, the part of the report is, or the video of you recording me after you've done all this stupid shit to me and now I'm on your ass. You want to show that, or you took my money.
Mel is upset, y'all. Y'all know, because Mel don't really be cussing on loud like that. Mel was pissed.
That you weren't supposed to take, and then you want to pick up your phone and record. You want to show that part. You don't want to tell all the other stuff. What about the time when you punched me? What about that part? Because I still got receipts for that too. So what's up? I am not in any shape, form, or fashion, covering, providing cover, trying to make you this, that, or the other in no shape, form, or fashion. For a long time, my people have seen it. So for all the women who be on here caping, what about the time whenever we was in Vegas on vacation filming and you threw pillows at me, hitting me in the face with them, but they cut that out. They didn't air that.
I remember that episode. I remember them being in Vegas on that trip, the group trip, them fussing in that room, and them we heard them loud fussing and arguing, and we then seen Marceau walk up in there and body hug Montell and carry him out. I remember that, and I felt like that is insane.
What about that? The footage is there. Why they didn't air that? Why they didn't air? Give me something soft. Why they didn't air this right here? Stay right here. I don't want to hurt you. Right here. Let me get some soft stuff. So I can give them an idea. Why they didn't air that? Because they definitely aired me throwing the glass at your ass. But why they didn't air whenever you in Vegas, whenever we was in there in that room, before everybody started running in from the pool? What's going on? What's going on? And we standing there in that room and he doing this right here, and this right here, and this right here to me with pillows. Why they didn't air that?
Meaning Carlos King and them be on some bullshit. That Carlos King and them be on some bull stuff. If Montell, because this is Mel's account, and I believe her. Right, poor Canavis. But I remember that episode. And when Marceau came in and picked Montell up and removed him, I knew for a fact something had to have happened for Marceau to physically remove Montell from the room. To me, that meant he wanted to physically protect Mel from Montell. Now, Mel was live today, this morning, okay? Now, I'm going to play as much as I can, okay? We're gonna get up to the 3 hour and 30-minute mark. We at 2 hours and 49 minutes. I'm not going to pass the 3:30. Can't do it. But this is just her addressing some things and whatnot. And I had to cut and paste and remove and edit and all that shit, child.
I have learned emotional control, emotional intelligence. I used to be bad about clicking the live button in a minute. Ooh, I used to be bad. Boy, y'all know. If y'all been following me for a long time, you already know. I would click that live button in a minute, boo-boo. In a minute and be going in. Be going in, okay? And then, I literally, you can call it matured or whatever, did my own self-work and decided that I didn't want to operate in that
And the voice is squeaky because I had to speed it up. So,
kind of energy anymore. It just is what it is. So now what I do, if it's something I want to address, I wait to address it when I'm calm, and I wait to address it when I'm ready to. You know what I'm saying? When I'm ready to. So, that is why I waited. Because I didn't want to right then. And I also didn't want to do it in anger. I want to do it in factual. Okay? I didn't want to do it in anger. I wanted to do it in factual. So that's what I did. I mean, we literally just sat down. I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry. I just stood on business. Now, stern is one thing. Angry is different. I just stood on business and told the story of it all. And then y'all know after that, you still got people, women, out here caping for the male species. These folks is pitiful. And that's why I say, whatever it is that you are celebrating me going through, or whatever it is that you are unable to have any, feeling what I'm going through, may you reap it, your children reap it, your grandchildren reap it, may they all experience it. Then maybe you'll understand. Sometimes they have to hit close to home. Then all of a sudden you understand. And when that happens, may you be like, may I come to your mind? May I come to your mind?
Mel saying there are people who are ignoring what I'm going through, Montell. There are people who see what he does to me, how I try to avoid him. He still bugs and harasses me, and they don't care. So I hope that your children, your grandchildren, your whoever's, I hope they go through that. And then maybe then you will have some sympathy for me for what I'm going through. Because to ignore what is clearly harassment means you don't care about me as a woman. You're trying to protect that man. And that's stupid.
Okay. May I come to your mind? You know what? That lady Melody was going through what my daughter going through. Was going through what my granddaughter going through. And I was dragging her all over the internet. Shame on me. I pray that that's what happens to you. Because then maybe you'll understand. Maybe you'll understand. I shared the story yesterday about how I went to court with my ex for harassing communications. It was DV harassing communications. He pled guilty to harassing communications. I allowed there to be a plea for DV to be removed. Here's why. For the people who still don't understand. And I saw that too. I saw some people in comments. I was like, y'all just slow. Like, I've told this story in reason so many times on my live. And y'all just refuse to understand what's coming out my mouth. Like, what is going on? I said on the live, the reason that I was fine. Hey, Pinky the Housewife, what's up? 1 for 19, 2 for 50, 3 for 50. The reason I was okay.
The whole time Mel was talking, she was selling. It was hard for me to cut out the southern parts because it was a lot of southern parts, but she was smart because, yes, listen to me talk, but buy my stuff.
Yeah, cool. Take the DV off, please. Let's get it over with. I'm thinking, let's everybody move on, move to a better space. Everybody, let's, it is what it is at this point. Let's just get this stuff over with, and everybody move on to a better space, right? Because, let me say it again, okay? Because the DV was not doing anything. It was not going to help me in any shape, form, or fashion. Okay? It wasn't. It was not about to give him jail time. The city attorney already said. Now,
there's some mom in the background.
9 times out of 10, there will be no jail time because this is a first offense. Okay? So for the people who saying, she shouldn't have did that, he'll be in jail right now. Girl, no, he wasn't going to be in jail right now. Okay?
Her point is, people were complaining that she agreed for them to remove the DV part of the harassment and just have the harassment part left on there. Her point was holding it up for the DV, it won't send them to jail. It won't have any effect on anything. It's just more beefing back and forth, back and forth. So if he will agree to plead guilty to the harassment, then fine. If I'm being told he won't be arrested, he won't be put in jail because it's only his first offense, then fine. I'm not going to keep fussing about it or whatever. I want to move on. So I agreed to let them plead down to just harassment, remove the DV part about it because it ain't going to do shit to keep it on there.
That wasn't what was going to happen. Like I said yesterday, 1 for 19, 3 for 50. The only thing DV was going to do was flag you for employment and legally say you can't have a weapon. And like I shared yesterday, think about our community. Think about our people, okay? Too many people don't understand the law, that part. And that's why I don't listen to them, because they be going off emotions and stuff and not going off of facts. I have the facts. Our community, okay? Our community. Y'all know how many felons carrying weapons? Are you kidding me?
Meaning even if he's convicted with the DV, it can stop him from getting a weapon. It don't mean he won't have a weapon. It ain't going to do shit. So why keep trying to fight it and it's not going to do anything?
You think just because you got a charge with DV in it that a person ain't going to carry a weapon? I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, stop playing with me. Y'all all know. Y'all know some felons out here that got weapons. Okay? Stop playing. That wasn't going to do anything. Okay? DV should automatically give jail time. It should, but it doesn't. It does not. It does not. 3 offenses, 3 misdemeanors become a felony. Okay? 3 offenses, 3 mess ups become a felony.
Meaning that's his first one. He would have to do things 2 more times just to get a felony. So I'm not going to keep fighting with that. Now, each time he does something, I'll complain about it and get it on record, sure. But I can't keep fighting this one charge.
But this was the first one. There was not going to be, I already had been told, 9 times out of 10, there was not going to be any jail time. So for the people in the back who want to make it seem as if he's free because I allowed the plea to happen, that's not true. He was going to be free anyway. Okay? He was going to be free anyway. Now, is there a stain on that record? Yup. There is. Is there a paper trail? Yup, there is. Did the city attorney say, I'm telling you right now, if this comes out, if it's heard of again, there will be no nothing. No deal, no nothing. Full throttle. Yup, that was it. Yeah. So, again, to the people, for the people who missed yesterday, and these are the 11 letters. I went to court. Finally, it didn't get continued. I was tired of that too. Do y'all know how many times I've been to that courthouse?
And look how gorgeous she is. I think Mel is so pretty. It's a cute little wig, child. A cute little store or a product shop. She's marketing. She's spilling tea. She looks gorgeous.
I was tired of that too. But I still showed up. And did. But I also can understand how there are some women who get tired of having to take off work or got to figure out a babysitter for their kids and all of this. How the court system fails them and makes it difficult for them.
And they do. We hear all the time about these situations of women who are trying to get away from the abusive person. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we hear stories about people trying to get away from abusive people. Okay? And the courts sometimes don't make it easy. She's right. They may not have money for an attorney. They may not have money for security. They may not have a sitter for the kid. They may not have all these things. Or even if the courts allow them to get a PPO against the person or whatever, it sometimes is hard to protect yourself. And that's sad.
You feel what I'm saying? I was able to experience that. So I know what that feels like. Anywho, going to court and literally, she's going to do 20 total OGs, by the way. So
So going to court and doing all that, you know, I was just like, man, you know what? Let's just get it done over kaboom green. Let's go, everybody move on, whatever. So I shared with them that he brought his bird with him to the courtroom. And I didn't even care about that.
The bird's coleslaw. The fact that Mel not called that lady the bird, fucking hilarious.
I didn't care about that at all. And the only thing for me that I was more so in that moment, and I texted a few of my homegirls, was just to, you know, just say a prayer for me, because I did not. I had already said whenever I saw her, wherever I saw her, I was tearing that ass up. So,
Mel saying, child, pray for me. I told y'all, if I ever see that bird, bitch, I'm going to tear that ass up. But who would have thought I would see her at court? I can't fight at court. But friends, pray for me. Pray, friend. Because if this bird bitch squawk at me, I can't guarantee I won't knock her head off. We at court, I can't, because I go to jail, friend. Pray, please.
I didn't expect it to be at the courthouse, so I was like, oh, please just say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for me. Bird is here, child. And that was it. It was no big deal. After court, that was when all the shenanigans began. No oil on sale today. That's when all the shenanigans began. All the shenanigans. Getting in front of me in the elevator, jumping in front of me there, having little remarks, getting off the elevator, waiting for me to walk out the courthouse.
And we see how much coleslaw talk cash shit on social media. I can just imagine her and Mel's presence and her just being an aggravating bitch. You know, being just bothersome for no reason. Okay. Won't get her ass kicked. And I'm like, not on my watch. I'm not going to say nothing to you, bitch. I'm going to let you be in front of me. I'm not going to respond to you. Squawk all you want. I don't care.
Still talking. So I sit down to avoid conflict. Then you walking back by me recording me. And then walking to the car. You still talking noise. May I let you get in front of me instead of behind me, because I don't want y'all behind me. Get to my car. I meet this blogger. I didn't know she was a blogger. Hannah Grace. Met her. Hey, nice to meet you. Oh, thank you so much. And I was like, do you live here? You know, I just had a little conversation with her. Older, sweet, beautiful woman. Okay. Then walking back to the courthouse to go back to the city attorney. Then Montell and Bird pull up around. They go all the way around and come back to where I am. Let their window down. Y'all all have seen the video. I know y'all have seen the video.
We saw that yesterday.
Let the window down to still keep harassing after you just pled guilty to harassment. So yes, I discussed it yesterday. Okay? It's the same. I already told y'all. I discussed it yesterday. And so I went back to the courthouse to the city attorney, told the city attorney what had happened in front of the judge, and he and the judge was in there chilling. I don't know if they was on break or something. So the city attorney advised me of what to do. He said, go file another police report. Okay? Go file another police report. Go file another police report and go see the magistrate, because that'll be another charge. So I did all of that. Yes, Lisa girl, yes. I'm going to share this with y'all. The first time he pled guilty, the judge in that court was Judge Cleveland. That's her name, and she is a black woman. And she is a black woman. And I will say this, because just like I put the magistrate on blast yesterday that didn't do nothing, right? The white male magistrate, the younger one that didn't do anything, I'm also going to recognize the black woman who did. So, when I first went to court and he first pled guilty, and this was in 2024, his request was, because as soon as it was filed here, he was arrested, the warrant was issued and he was arrested, there was a no contact order in place. So when we went to court, right, he asked, he appealed, he pled guilty, then appealed it. Make sure y'all grab these hoodies now, or grab your butters, Peach OG. There's some stuff in the shopping bag. Just go shop. Just go shop. Share the live. Go shop all of it. And this is something I've never told. I've never talked about it. I have been quiet for a minute about it.
She has, since Mel left the show, you have not heard her talk about the show or about Montell. She's really been about her business, and that's it. So I think when folks trying to make it seem as if, oh, she must miss the show, and why keep discussing it? Because if he does something to her, it's proof that she was telling y'all, this Negro is crazy. He keep bugging me. People want us to suffer in silence, and that's not fair. Mel not being on that show no more does not mean that she can't complain when Martell does dumb shit to her.
The details about what's been going on in court, all of that, okay? So, somebody said I have my hoodie, girl. They are so soft. If you ordered a hoodie from me before, drop in the chat, let the people know how amazing they are, okay? So, pled guilty. He appealed it. His attorney informed the judge that he would be appealing. They would be filing it that day. The request was for the no contact order to be lifted, right?
And that's why Martell is crazy. Because you know I don't want to talk to you. So why are you asking for no contact order to be lifted when I don't want to talk to you?
So he requested for the no contact order to be lifted, and I was like, no. Like, that had been some of the most peaceful months I had had in a long time. In a long time, y'all. Some of the most peaceful months. And I was like, no. For what? No. And I'm going to tell you what. That black judge, that black woman judge, upheld the no contact order. Because y'all, I'm telling y'all, it was the first time in months that I had that much peace. Oh, here's the stuff already open. I had that much peace, okay? Like, oh my gosh. Amazing. And when that request was asked, and I told my attorney, no. I was like, no. And she objected. And she chimed in because he was like, yeah, my mama is tired of being a person having to, send call or send messages. She would like to not have to be that. And
well, then you should stop being an asshole. The fact that your mama has to be involved, it has nothing to do with Mel. It has everything to do with you. So Martell even saying, well, my mama tired of doing this. Well, stop being dumb. Be an active, efficient, non-lethal co-parent. Your mom involved because of your ass.
Okay, she would like to not have to be that. That was a reason given pertaining to kids and stuff, right? And so, anywho, man, when that judge upheld that no contact for me, I was like, whew, thank you God. And it was the first time I felt heard, but I'm telling y'all, going through this, I am able to see what women go through every day around this country. So what was interesting to me is that there were times when ignorant people wanted to be like, oh, Mel so difficult. Oh, Mel this, Mel that. Mel ain't filming with him. Mel ain't this. Because he couldn't be around me, boo-boo. What are you talking about? And there's a reason for that. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And that's why I say, yes, I hope that your children or grandchildren do experience. So then maybe you will understand. Okay? Maybe then you can have some empathy. Right? Maybe then you will get it. Okay? You don't see me ever running around caring or being concerned about what or who no ex of mine, what they're doing, who they dating, where they going, where they traveling to, none of that.
But you always see Martell discussing Mel, what she got going on, what she doing. See Cole saw do the same thing. So it's proof that they keep bothering her. It ain't the other way around.
I do not be caring. Am I cool with the Fletcher still? No, I do not talk to them at all. No, I do not. They over there where they need to be. Okay? They over there where they need to be. I don't talk to them. So where do you go from here? Continue to document paper trail. Continue to go to the authorities like I need to do and what I do and making sure I'm ready for whatever, whenever. That's what I do from here.
I feel like before Martell was used to doing stuff to Mel and Mel would not take it to the authorities. I think Mel would just ignore him, try to handle it herself. I think he's not used to her saying, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to let the police handle it. So if you harass me, call me, stalk me, I'm going to have a whole paper trail for every time you do something. So that way it's a build up to, I've been telling y'all over and over and over. So God forbid that he does something horribly, dangerous or whatever. She has proof that she's been complaining for years.
Do I regret dropping the charges? Thank you for asking that, Venus, because I did not drop any charges. If there's anybody out there who's spreading that lie, check them. I didn't drop not one charge. Okay? Not one charge. The charge is there. It happened. It was a guilty plea. There is a charge. It's done. The only thing that was taken off was instead of DV harassment communications, it was just harassing communications. There was no charge dropped. So these are people who have selective hearing, who want to be stupid, and are out here saying stuff that's wrong. Yes, the state picked it up. Them in the face, so they're probably just slow.
Come on, I pick Mishas that are slow.
Too. They are dense. I said that yesterday. There was no charge drop, dummies. I be looking at some of that. That's why I can't be on YouTube like that much. I be glad I be busy, because girl, I'll be done got in that chat, and then it take away so much time. Because what are you talking? How is there a charge drop when I say he pled guilty? So what did he plead guilty to? She's stupid. I wouldn't drop nothing. I wouldn't drop no charge. I didn't drop a charge. I said I was asked over and over and over to drop a charge. Over and over and over to not show up. Okay? But I still showed up. So y'all head over there in them chats and check the folks who ignorant. Okay? Check them. Now back to the Fletchers. No, I do not talk to the Fletchers, because that's what we were on. I don't talk to them whatsoever. Will not. Would never. Could never. Okay?
There's Nell and Chris Fletcher from the show.
Would not. Could not. Would never. What's interesting is, man, it'd be so crazy how stuff comes to me, man. Y'all just don't know. When I tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the story on this, right? I'm gonna give y'all the story on this. But first I gotta say, when I tell y'all, I literally spend a lot of time either traveling or at home. The most I probably go out and I don't even go to the grocery store. I Instacart, okay? So you're not gonna see me out grocery shopping, okay? Okay, that's fine, English Martin. She's like, girl, I'm at work, girl. I'll come up another time. You're not really gonna see me out too much. If I am in town, I'm probably in here working and packing. Or I'm probably relaxing. I could be sitting out in my backyard. I'll take y'all back there in a minute. Matter of fact, I haven't walked out there in about a week. I'm in my backyard. I may be grilling with my team. We may be kicking it. Or I'm traveling. So I don't really be out in Huntsville that much. But it's still interesting how the right things can be revealed to you at the right time without even being out talking to a lot of people. Like, I just don't. I talk to my friend Brittany. I talk to, other people, my friend Dwayne. I have people that I talk to here and there. But I don't be out. Get what I'm saying? Unless I'm going to get something to eat. And even one day I'm going to go get something to eat, I'm going to come back home. So, yeah, that part. Now, y'all make sure y'all shopping. $19.99, $5 coupon if you get 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, she was advertising the whole time. I had to cut out. It was, you know what I'm saying? Because she was on TikTok. And so she was showing products, trying to, girl, I was like, cut. Because this can't be no product placement the whole time, child.
So, let me tell y'all what. First of all, I was very good to these people. In the sense of when I was introduced to them. So when I first met them, I didn't know who they were at all. Had never heard of them. But not saying that I would, because I've always been very much so not out and about a lot, ever. I got married when I was 22. I had my first 2 children when I was 25 for Mariah, and a month after I turned 26, Tank. I had them in the same year. So
even her acknowledging I got married at 22. You a baby at 22. We don't know shit at 22. Married at 22, 2 kids by you 26. Like, just food. Okay, we be young and in love, child, and foolish.
I was carrying babies and being a mama and being a wife, so I just wasn't really out like that. I just wasn't. You weren't gonna catch me at no club. You weren't gonna catch me at no party. So I wasn't out and about. So I was on the Chamber of Commerce board. Right? I was also president of the Women's Business Council.
See how her stuff down there for shopping. child or shopping.
For the Chamber of Commerce. So I was doing things like that. Okay. Y'all know I resigned from teaching, created my first multi-million-dollar business when I was 25, first $1 million, 25, first multi-million, turned it into a multi-business in about 28. So I was busy, man. I was on my grind. Okay. I was on my grind. I was working. I was married, in love, had my babies, so I wasn't really out. I just wasn't, which was probably another way you can easily be fooled too. But I wasn't out, so people couldn't tell me nothing. I wasn't around people who could. I wasn't around people where the streets was talking because I wasn't out. You know what I mean? Who can relate to that?
If I'm married quick, had babies, I'm in the house, I'm not out her point is, I had no idea what Martha was doing out the house. Pregnant, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I have no idea what he's doing outside because I ain't out there. And ain't no one coming inside to tell me.
If I had been out, somebody might have had to put me on game. But I wasn't out. I wasn't out. And then I'm not from Huntsville. So it's not like I had family here that was outside or anything like that because I'm not from Huntsville. So there was nothing, for me to hear, none of that. So back to what I was saying. So when I met the Fletchers, I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Cool. All right, they seem like good people. Realtors, okay. Hey, nice to meet y'all. Da, da, da. So that's how that started. I didn't know who they were. I think maybe my ex knew who they were. But I did not. Right? He probably did since he is from Huntsville. But I met them by way of him. Had to have been. I don't know any other way I would have met them. I think they came to something.
And that's also some folks say how, people will get you isolated to where you don't really know anyone in the area. So no one's gonna bring you information. You don't know anyone from around here.
Maybe we were having a premiere. I don't know, a premiere after party at the house. I don't know what it was, but I met them and they seemed like really cool people. And I was raised in a way where you respect your elders, so I had a lot of respect for them. Just being respectful. Okay, yeah. So I was taught to respect my elders. So thought they were nice, thought they were cool, sweet. Looked like they was on top of their game, so of course I like that too. Like, okay, bet, that's what's up. So then what would happen is we started hanging out a little bit, and I'm gonna give y'all the whole story of it. I'm gonna give y'all all of it. Like, it's story time this week, boo-boo. Like it, love it, don't care. Story time. I'm gonna give the facts though. Go take a lie detector test and say I'm lying. On live. Do it on live. Say
I wanna see it.
I'm lying. Double dog dare you. Okay? So, that's for anybody. They got something to say. So, anyway, I met them, cool, respect my elders, thought they were doing great, love their business acumen, so they were coming around, we would play space, and so I grew fond of them. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, I grew fond of them. I love the Fletchers. I'm like, man, I like them, cool. Well, what would happen is, whenever they would come over, because it would either be them and us, or them, us, and LeBerick and them, so couples, hanging out.
So that means Mel and Montell, Chris and Nell, Destiny and LeBerick.
And then we'd be playing cards, or we could be, I may make nachos or whatever. We'd just be having a good time, y'all laughing, playing cards. But because it was so many relationships there, couples, we would start talking about couple stuff. You know what I'm saying? We would start talking about couple stuff. Like probably most of y'all do when y'all get with y'all's friends, okay? Alright. So we would be playing cards and we start talking about stuff or whatever. And me being, y'all see how I am. Y'all saw me on TV. I'm very transparent. I'm very open. So I would share whatever was going on. And then not asking anybody to, go at him for me. But then they would always give their insight because they had experienced something similar. Okay? Because they had experienced something similar.
Because Chris cheated on Nell. Nell left Chris for 2 years. And then Nell took Chris back.
So they would give their insight. And then Nell would be fussing at Montell. You gonna lose him. I'm telling you, I know. And she would start crying and stuff and all that. I didn't ask her to do that. We all sitting around talking. And they would share. And they would go off, on him, not me. So this is another thing. If I was cheating, supposedly I was cheating all this time that I was in a marriage. Why was it never brought up? Because you's a lie.
A whole lie. A liar. A bald-headed lie.
Stop saying that. Use a lie. Okay? Because I think it would have been brought up at them tables. Okay? So So stop playing. Stop playing. Okay? So anyway. So we have all these conversations. Again, I think they're cool, whatever. Now, what I didn't do and what I wasn't doing, yeah, he would have went crazy. Y'all see how he acted after the divorce. Imagine had I been cheating when we was married.
If Montell knew or even thought Mel was cheating, he wouldn't have been able to even control himself. He can't control himself now. So I do believe her in saying if Montell found out she was cheating, they would have never had this loving marriage. He would have been an asshole on Front Street.
Okay. Baby, bye. We've been divorced 5 years and this joker still following me, stalking me, letting they window down, okay? So imagine, all right? So anyway, what I was not doing, you guys, is I was not calling up the Fletchers asking for advice, okay? I was not calling up the Fletchers asking them to come counsel us. I was not. We considered them our friends. When we would have things, yes, we would invite them. When they came, if conversations happened, but I was not calling them up, asking them to talk to my ex, asking them for advice on how to handle nothing. I was not. That's just not true. So this whole thing of, and this is another reason that I'm glad I'm away from them clowns, is because for you to get up there on that stage and for you to try to act as if you were leaving your dying mother because I was in need of you, that's some bullshit. To me, how you feel is how you feel, but in all actuality, I never was calling you up to come run to me on shit. That's real talk. The one time that I called crying and upset on my way, I was driving, so I'll never forget, and it was raining. I was driving back from Atlanta, was whenever he took my $17,000 that he was actually ordered to pay back and never did, by the way. Now go pull them records. See, this is what I don't get, is when people read half stuff, don't want to read the whole thing. He was ordered to pay it back, did not. Okay? The only time that I called her phone to my nail, Fletcher, and actually had a moment. I can't sue him now. The time is done, okay? For that. It's done. It's over. And the truth be told, I think karma is doing what it needs to do. But anyway.
The karma is working its way through Nell and Chris's marriage, because now on the show, Nell and Chris are the new targets from the Scots.
Never, ever, 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 other than that, did I call crying nobody about nothing. But I wasn't running over there, bugging them for advice. Advice about what? Just being honest. Because it's up and stuck with them too. No, I'm not a producer over there. I'm an award-winning producer. I just want to tell you, but not over there.
I do think I thought too as well, that she had some kind of producer credit at Love American Huntsville, but her confirming, I'm not getting paid at all. I'm not on the show anymore. I'm not a producer. So I have nothing to do with that shit over there.
So anyway, I really felt like that was interesting and that was weird for you to try to get up here and get with everybody else that love to they think the stage time is just a time to come for mail. You know, I thought that was interesting. But whatever, girl. You did right. Even though those were the only people from the cast you invited to your name changing ceremony, that was very intimate for you, that was very real for you, which is why you didn't invite anybody else. But you invited them too because you thought enough of them. Now you see, baby girl. I was like, all right, bet.
Because Chris and Nell were the only cast members invited to Mel's name ceremony. No one else was invited, and Montell was upset that they went. Because I think to her, she felt like they're my friend, but they're on some bullshit.
So I can see them in the streets right now, and I wouldn't say 2 words to them. I would act like they don't exist. Just saying. Because you don't see me out here talking about their business. And I'm still not about to. But they have some. But you don't see me out here talking about it. I have DMs. You don't see me ever out here talking about it.
Because they said that Chris and Nell got something going on and they ain't discussing it. So, like, what's going on?
because that's their business. So instead, what I did is I just said, that's confirmation. That's confirmation. You know? So no, I don't talk to them for the rest of the extent. And that's your story time on them. It's everything. And then, let me say this too, then I'm gonna move on from them. Then I was made aware of recently where Mel sat down apparently and was like, as if Chris got caught up with an OG who knows how to use her words. But how does me, even if I know how to use my words, how does that equate to making words come out somebody else's mouth? First of all, you weren't there. I asked a question, baby girl. I just asked a question. You weren't there. I asked a question. There was no camera stop, pull to the side. Oh, say this, say that, ask this, ask that. None of that. I asked a question in that moment, and he gave his own answer that he wanted. Y'all gotta stop making excuses for these niggas. What y'all making excuses for? Stop making excuses. Let him stand on his business. Let him stand on his word. Just because y'all, I guess, want to try to make up or something, I don't know, with everybody else, I don't know what y'all doing, but keep it above. Y'all ain't new to conversations. You might be new to TV, but you ain't new to conversations. Y'all older than me. So how I'm gonna make somebody say something? Make it make sense. I asked a question. I said, yeah, my ex said one left. If you grabbed the last one, I want to know. I said, yeah, my ex said that, you know, he's talked to the old man and said, you know, make him sign the NDA, make him sign it. He said, oh, that wasn't me, that was such and such. That sounded like something such and such. I didn't tell him to say that. Anyway, it'd be the delusion for me. Because then how you get from that to go to, he sat down with an OG who know how to use her words, as if we first of all didn't know who you was talking about. You was talking about me. I'm the one who was sitting with him. You could have just said my name. Sat down with an OG who know how to use her words and got caught up. Okay, make excuses. No, he said what he wanted to say and he meant what he said.
And that's on P. Look, Mel said, fuck the show, fuck Montell, fuck the Scotts, fuck the Fletchers. She did say that Marcel called her after the reunion and said, you know, he did feel like she was a healed person and he did not feel like she was this damaged, hurt person or whatever. So she did say that about Marcel a little bit. Not only she was on live longer, she could have said more. I was tired. I was like, I gotta leave it alone, okay? But again, that was Mel live. Now I've seen y'all posting and stuff, whatever. I saw somebody post this earlier. Mel, I want to finish Mel's part out. Mel had every right to call Montell out in this bullshit and everybody else. So I'm going to keep watching her live to see if she says anything new. But Montell allegedly abusing her, getting physical with her. Like, I'm happy she's calling him out for it. Keep it all on the thing. Okay. Unfortunately, I seen it earlier, but I had to wait for it to be like some confirmed news. I did not want to, because someone mentioned it like early on in my live, and I did not see nothing about it yet. I think I saw it on Twitter, but I don't really be trusting Twitter. But Roland Ray has passed away 2 days before his friend's birthday. They said family and friends was posting, you know, heartfelt posts. Whoever Shazola Nay is with a heavy heart that I let you all know his mama. Let's know that my son Ray, Roland Ray, has gone home with the Lord. I think everyone who was called or texted, this is going to be a long road. Pray for us, you know. It's so sad. The crazy part is, you know, I feel like somebody said recently, like, where Roland Ray at? Like, why he ain't been saying nothing? I feel like the last time I even remember hearing about him, I think he was going into the hospital. I think at one point he had like pneumonia and stuff like that. So while no one knows what happened, we know he was already had a compromised immune system. You know, he was also in a wheelchair. So it's sad because, you know, no one wants to see anyone pass away. When did we first meet Roland Ray? Was it on Catfish? I feel like we first saw him on like some kind of show. I just don't remember which one. We seen Bobby Lights posted about it or whatever. Saying rest in peace. Okay, the most famous boy in a wheelchair and whatnot. So, you know, people just posting about it and stuff. I was like, it's kind of crazy. But again, people have been posting that he passed away. Again, when I forgot who said it earlier on in my live, like 2 hours ago. Oh yeah, Catfish and Judge Hatchet. You know, when someone mentioned it, again, about 3 hours ago, it really wasn't breaking news at that point in time, and I didn't want to say he died and that man was alive, so that's why I didn't say it then. And then I kept refreshing my page to see if it would pop up, and it did. So I was waiting to the end of the live to say rest in peace to Roland Ray. First of all, he was aggravating to me. He got on my goddamn nerves, but I can still see how he was entertaining as well. He had many, many fans. So one, may he rest in peace. Two, his family, of course, has our condolences. Love, light, and and healing vibes to the grieving family. But nobody, he was only 28. You know what I'm saying? That's still very, very young. So to his mom who lost her son so young, it's so very, very sad. But again, rest in peace to Roland Ray. Okay. And whatnot. Now, child, we've been on this damn thing for 18 hours, 16 minutes, 37 seconds. And I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. We did it. We did it, Joe. We did it. I did not think. I'm tired. Now, I may not be live tomorrow, but I probably will be. Okay. Again, I'll probably be live tomorrow. 9 p.m. is my live time. I appreciate y'all for sticking around here for 3 hours and 31 minutes. So y'all can't ask me for another 3-hour tour until next month. Okay, y'all get 1 3-hour tour a month. Okay. But I hope y'all had a good time. Child, we got into all the topics and whatnot. Make sure to please like the video, to subscribe to my channel, okay? To follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok, okay? And we will get into whatever news pops up tomorrow. Go ahead and watch all the other lives and stuff that's on my channel. Go watch all the other stuff and whatnot. But I will talk to y'all. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I will probably talk to y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. But y'all go to bed. It's late. I gotta go. I love you all. Bye.